Hello YouTube, how you doing? Oh, I haven't done this for a while. I look into the microphone as if it's a camera. I'd almost stopped doing that, but obviously it's still a thing. Hello, how you doing? Fancy some Dwarf Fortress? No? Well, alright, bye. Okay, let's carry on, shall we? Let's carry on. Now, at the end of last session, I think something was happening. Maybe it's the traders turning up. Maybe there's a weird creature on the loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore the drowsy gem setter and the cave fish woman who is starving. They're of no interest to me. I'm going to go into here and I'm going to see if we have any scary shit wandering around. Well, giant cave swallows, alligators, giant moth. When you say giant, do you just mean big or do you mean Mothra big? Because Mothra big is big. Rattlesnake? I mean, it might be interesting to have rattlesnakes, try and tame them and use them for egg laying. And how does venom work in this game? How do venomous animals work? Because, I mean, maybe my idea to have trained war bees may not work. But could we have war rattlesnakes? Sure, you can't train them. That's by the by. But we could have them sort of like in some kind of room decanted onto the enemy, right? Make a floor out of droppy bits hatches and then just drop rattlesnakes on the people who are our problems? Good afternoon, Dr. Phineas. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Excuse me while I take a little sip of my day cafe. Ooh, refreshing. If not bladder stretching. Well, it is bladder stretching. So anyway, it doesn't look like we have any weird creatures on the loose. We do have a dead elf in the river, which probably means the drinking water stinks of elves, which is not something I'm particularly happy about, but we'll have to live with it for now. Let's clicky here and see... Is it Mr. Oily Toned? Has he been here before? Serol Oily Toned. Is that not... Hang on. Let's just have a little crom. Is that what he looks like? Is that what he looks like? I wonder. It's quite possible. What am I doing? Let's see if we can trade. We can. The broker is there, so we'll have a little peeky poo at what they've brought. It looks like I may already have traded. Or not. They have all their bars. And he seems pleased with the trading. I feel like we've done trading with these lads. Yeah, I think we have. Okay, we'll let them go. If we've done the trading, that's fine. We don't have to deal with those anymore. I can also release the trader from the depot. Broker, you are free to go. Provided I go to Burrow 3 and remove you from it, because, frankly, having you stay there forever is a bit of a problem. It's fine to have you forced to be there for the duration of trading, but having you stuck in there 24/7, 365, assuming years work like that in Dwarf Fortress land, I mean, that's unnecessary, isn't it? We should allow you a little bit of freedom. A little bit of freedom to wander around. Although I remember you were pissing me off last time with your insistence on drinking and socialising instead of actually going and brokering. Right, looks like they're packing up, ready to leave. That's fine. Okay, let's look deeper into the fortress and try and reacquaint ourselves with what was going on. Because last session, I may have played a lot of Dwarf Fortress. I don't remember much of it. So I'm going to have to really pick over the threads of what happened and find out what's going on. Find the scheme of things. It looks like I dug the extra space for dealing with the shearing and spinning, so that's good. The clothes industry appears to have sort of its foundations in place. We are putting clothing into these stockpiles. We've got an alpaca wool toga, a dress, a cloak, a silk dress, a tailcoat. A pigtail coat, a wool cloak, pigtail shoe, another shoe. Okay, this is the shoe stockpile. This is the sock stockpile, which presumably means all of the dwarves in the fortress are currently wearing socks and shoes. Hopefully. I might be able to do lengths, but I couldn't estimate a kilogram or a litre if my life depended on it. A litre I could do probably, but kilograms, no, I couldn't estimate. I couldn't estimate anyway. I wouldn't put units on it. I could say like about the weight of an apple, but it's fairly loose unit system. Anyway, where were we? We're looking at stuff. We've got the little stockpile there full of mini baby bells. That's good. We've got a barracks and a hospital. I believe we started making soap last time. Is that the case? This looks like a soap pipeline. Let's take a little... Actually, let's press Z and do a stock check. I'll do bars as well, because that'll find soap, won't it? Iron, nice. Gold, lovely. Silver, Copper, Nickel, I'm ambivalent. Zinc, same. Bronze, pretty much all the way down the rest of the line. Where are the soap bars? Doesn't say soap anywhere, does it? Maybe they've used it all up immediately. Maybe if I press E and type in soap. Nope, there's no soap in the fortress right now. Hopefully some was created and they used it. Maybe I should put a standing order in for soap. Make ash, make lye, make soap from tallow. That's a good point. We need to butcher some animals, don't we? That's fine, that's fine. I'm sure I can put stuff into the butcher's queue. The merchants have gone, that's fine. Doesn't seem to be a lot of activity taking place around the workshops, although I distinctly remember setting up things to make all sorts of armour and melt it down again. Maybe I'm being... Copper breastplates, yeah, look, there's a shitload of them right in there. Which should, presumably, seeing as they're not special in any way, or are they, I'm not sure, they should be going in here to get melted. Not sure I like this. Let's carry on down the fortress. It looks like we've engraved all of the potential nobility bedrooms and offices. Great. Carpenter's a bit low on wood. We'll see what we can do about that. We got all the segregated stockpiles for non-miasmal refuse. That's nice. Lovely stuff. Oh, hello there, Sal. Thank you very much for joining us. Oh, hang on a minute. For some reason, chat hasn't scrolled up to say what's going on. Hello to you, Kiyomi Yan. Kiyohime Yan. Kiyohime Yan. That's my best guess. That's what I'm going with. Thank you. Welcome for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Or, as I normally say, can't talk. There be ruffians. That's true, Druid's Mead. We appear to have been invaded by some rough sorts. Oh my goodness. Hello, Sal. Hello, Tasty and the Cats. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're just doing the initial look over the fortress so I can kind of unpick what was going on, because my recollections of last time are a bit hazy. A little bit hazy. Kiyohime. Kiyohime. I was close, I think. I was close. Very close. Anyway, where was I? Let's not get distracted by the lovely people pouring in through the metaphorical doors. Let's keep a look at the fortress. Now, I seem to be gathering... Oh, hang on. Zoe the gem setter's dehydrated. Oh, she's not well. Yeah, that's the problem. She's had issues. It's alright, we'll sort her out, don't worry. We're collecting rhyolite. That's good. There's rhyolite all over the place. Hopefully that'll end up going into the... Oh, thank you very much for the The follow, Kiyo. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Kiyo Hime-han. Now I've seen it pronounced, I can't do it. Kiyo Hime. There we go. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome for joining us. Sounds like the intro you get after being abducted by aliens who haven't quite figured out their translation equipment. Yeah. They say it as they're putting a little probe up your bum as well. Welcome for joining us. Whoop. No, thank you. Please take me home. Oh, I don't want to believe anymore. Let's go down a few floors. What have we got here? They're digging out what I believe to be a dining room. It looks like we've already started smoothing the floors and walls. That's a very exciting prospect. This is the segregated food stockpile, I think. This is supposed to be only prepared food, and this is drinks, so that's good. And then there's a little stockpile in the middle here, this cheeky little strip, that is just for goblets, I believe. Very exciting stuff. And then if we look any deeper, we will find nothing but darkness, for we have not delved yet this far. Okay, why have we got miasma in the graveyard? What's... we've got a corpse stockpile indoors. Right next to the place where all the grieving families are going to be. I mean, that isn't optimal placement, I don't think. I think when they come to lay flowers on all these tablets, these slabs, I think we want to keep the air clear so all the grieving widows with their face veils don't end up tearing the floor up. Well, I mean, they're going to be tearing the floor up anyway, they're grieving. But you know what I mean. We don't want them vomiting on the graves. It's very hard to get sick out of the little inset lettering on gravestones. Okay. So what am I doing? What's my initial move here? I've got a few things to investigate. I've got to investigate the metalsmithing area because there doesn't seem to be the throughput that I would like. Maybe if I set 6 people to be nothing but smelters, because I suspect smelting is the bottleneck, right? Keo is good enough. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to shorten your name, make things a little bit easier. Miasma praising, no, sun praising, that's what they do on the surface. Miasma praising is very different. It's very different. Yes, the pipeline, the metal pipeline. Let's go over to Dwarf Therapist. Ugh. That's better. Let's go to Dwarf Therapist and have a little peek at our dwarves. Current population, 72 adults, 1 child and 0 vulnerable babies. And how many of these are furnace operators? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 furnace operators, one of whom is a mason and another of whom is an armourer. Now, those are both professions that I would really rather they focused on than any kind of furnace operating. So, maybe it's time to find 6 happy furnace operators to keep doing nothing else. Now, these 2 here, they're going to stay doing what they're doing. Let's not fiddle with their stuff. But what about Conquest of Games here? What about Conquest of Games? Also a mason. How many masons we got? Oh. Well, in that case, it doesn't seem so bad to get rid of some of them, does it? So, you, Conquest of Games, mason no longer. Focus yourself entirely. No leatherworking. Oh, hang on a minute. No, we've got other leatherworkers. Sorry, your leatherworking's coming off. We're going to keep you furnace operating, and that's about it. We will allow hauling, but I may disable that at a later point. We shall see. So, we've got 1 dedicated furnace operator. 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't want these 2 to be dedicated, so we've only got 3. In fact, this guy, is he dedicated? He's an animal carer. Do we have anyone else doing animal care? No one as good. But do I actually care about animal care? Not really. Let's take that off. There we go. You're not doing animal care anymore. But I want to work with animals. No, you will work with fire and steel. Plant processing. Do we need any other plant processes? God damn it. Why is everybody who works in the furnace also the only person who does something else? This isn't good. I'll tell you what we could do. We could try and mandates only spew-if fonts for slabs. Spew-safe fonts. It sounds like a good idea. Sounds like an excellent idea. Okay, Soda. To you too. Thanks for joining us and thank you very much for the sub. 12 months. You are a 1-year-old on this channel. Spiritually, but not physically. I hope. I mean, maybe you are. Maybe you've had some sort of horrible tachyon accident and now you're trapped in the body of a newborn. I don't know. I feel like it, I mean, I hope not. It feels creepy thinking of a baby typing. I mean, they'd have to keep moving their hands around like that. You'd be like, oh no. I don't want to think about it. Overall, the prose is passable. Well, what was I doing? Oh yes, I was looking here. Let's sort by a number of skills, I think. Total assigned labours. Here we go. Aha, I knew there was a way of doing this. 25 assigned labours. Okay, that's a lot. Let's go up to the top. 0 assigned. Well, they can't be assigned labours, so we'll ignore them. Oh, wait. No, they can't be assigned. That's fine. These people only have 1 labour assigned. It's only 1 person, and they are currently a farmer. Now, is that a rare profession? I mean, it looks like a lot of people dabble. A lot of people have a go, but there's not a lot of people who are farming okay, so we're going to leave them doing that. What about next? We've got this guy's got 15 assigned labours. Okay. Oh, it's Mama Sal. Okay, Sal. Currently a farmer, plant gatherer. You know what? You're safe. We're not going to do that. What about this one with 16 assigned labours? Who's this? It's Tidy. He's currently in a foul mood. He's hospitalised. He can't do anything. Dishmab. Actually, you know what? This might be a bit counterproductive. Let's go back to the fortress. And now that we've got soap being produced, let's let time traverse. Let's let time go on and see if some of our people in hospital can come out. Because I feel like the packed hospital wards are kind of a bottleneck for anything happening in the fortress. They do seem to be holding things up, which is not good. We don't want that. Although, I've had another little epiphany here. Let's watch the butchers and the kitchen to see when the next lot of fat is rendered. I have, yes. We have, Urazrun. Thank you for joining us and thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. 7 months. Holy cow. Almost halfway through your first year. Like Soda is through his. Amazing. Thank you. Wall up the stink zone. I could, but I want to get some... Oh, hello. Did they just make a... They just made a lavish meal. Nothing to do with fat. First of all, I'm going to butcher some animals. I need some tallow. What do we kill? We've got a lot of ewes. We could kill some of the ewes. Then again, do we really need to? How many cats we got these days? 4 or 5? I mean, that's not outrageous, is it? We could slaughter some of the dogs. Actually, looking at this, we have a lot of fucking sheep, don't we? Let's kill some rams. Ram. There's not much fat on the kestrel, we won't kill that. Christ, we have a lot of rams and ewes. Intriguing. Maybe I should look into auto butcher a bit. KV pups. Oh, I'm not really interested in KVs. Let's butcher them. Loads of lamb, tasty lamb. Bunnies? No, we don't want more bunnies. Thank you very much. We'll keep the giant jaguar. Thank you. I don't think we'll be turning that into soap. That's something we want to train. Tiercell peregrine. We'll keep those. They lay eggs. Oh, not those ones though. They're males. We want the females. We've got a female eagle, so we can have eagle eggs for dinner. That's nice. Let's kill this sow and a donkey. Bunny, KV, kittens, lambs, a tame cardinal. Oh god, I've been trying to get hold of a cardinal in Red Dead Redemption 2 all freaking day. Walking around with my little tiny arrows. Pew, pew, pew. Can I get one with a perfect carcass? Can I fuck? I put butchers, farmers' workshops and tanners in closed rooms specifically to keep the miasma from spreading. Ah, well, that is a temporary corpse pile. So the miasma will be dealt with by just getting rid of the stockpile. But, first of all, I need to dig a separate room to put the corpses in before they're properly interred. But, for now, it'll do alright. Hello, Harold Beaver. You could just use a screw press to make oil if it's for soap. Yeah, we have a lot of sheep. We've got a lot of meat ready for processing into soap. So that's good. That's good. Let's come out of here now. And we're going to keep an eye, this one in particular, on the butchers. And then when something's been slaughtered, we'll keep an eye on the kitchen. And then when someone renders that fat, we immediately pause and we put a no cooking order on the fat, on the tallow rather. Because otherwise we'll end up with no tallow in the fortress, and without tallow we make no soap. But of course we could go for the press, but I mean, do we really want to? Is that really necessary? I'm just going to check over here and make sure we have a butcher. There is a chance our only butcher in the fortress is currently in the hospital, which will leave us pretty behind on the killing. Oh Christ, we do have one butcher. He's a 0 skill butcher called Bomrek. Unfortunately, our 1 level skill butcher is in hospital, as I predicted, as I worried. Let's come up here. Has anyone grabbed a sheep? They have grabbed a sheep, but they appear to be taking them for either milking or shearing. Probably shearing. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. Oh well, never mind. There's a lot of them though in that tiny room. Oh, hello. Someone coming to pick another animal? That looks like a goat. That looks like a ram. It looks like someone leading a ram down to the butchers. I could be misinterpreting, but I can't see any reason to lead an animal past that area there than to slaughter it. I don't know why they're not moving the animal cages to this animal stockpile. If anyone's got any insights on that. What are you doing? Oh, there's a door here. Okay, so slaughtered. Lovely. Right. So they haven't rendered the fat yet. The next person to step into this kitchen, we've got to be very careful to pause immediately. Pause. Still rendering the fat. Don't worry about it. Carry on. Carry on. Cook your lavish meal, but before you render that fat, don't put it into a meal. Just leave it there for a split second. Long enough for me to deal with it, okay? Okay? Come on. What have we got? Still making lavish meals. Can you render some ram fat for me, please? Please, I need that ram fat rendered ASAP. Immediately, in fact. As soon as possible. I'll tell you what I can do. I can press N, can't I, for a now order? There we go. Come on, chef. Render that ram fat. Ram fat sounds awful. It sounds like some kind of ill-advisedly branded sexual lubricant. I mean, I can visualise the marketing materials in my mind right now, but to be honest, I feel like it would be unwise for me to share any of these thoughts. Let's go to the kitchen, that's where it is, and then we go over to the meat/fish/other, and there's the alpaca tallow, already forbidden from cooking. Where's the other tallow? Surely there's some sheep tallow, right? Some ram tallow? Come on, I'll do a search. S-T-A-L-L, there we go, sheep's tallow, lovely. Let's forbid. Nice. Lovely. Cool. Okay, so now we should end up with a fair amount of sheep tallow ready for creating soap. At least that's the hope. That's the dream. That's the ideal outcome. I feel like our bottleneck may actually be ash. Make ash. Okay, so what stocks am I asking to keep? 2 to 5 bars of ash. That's fine. Maybe if I put a stockpile for ash here. And then this one is making lye, probably 2 to 5 order, and then this is making soap as much as possible. Which is fine, because, you know, that's what we want. Lots of soap, right? Get the people out of hospital, deal with the infections, bish bash bosh, success! Firehawk wants a crossbow or a hammerer. Well, it will have to be a hammerer because I don't fuck with ranged instruments no more. They pissed me off, I can't be bothered. Ugh. What a pain in the arse. But hammerer, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to sort out. I am actually creating quite the suite of silver hammers. So, you know, it looks like we're going to be training people up in at least a little bit of hammer arts. Although, looking at it, no masterwork hammers yet. Ah, those copper breastplates appear to have been moved to the melty stockpile though, right? Nice. Maybe I should just randomly spew furnace operator onto a load of people regardless. I'm going to do it. I'm going to just give shitloads of people at random the furnace operator task and we'll see how it affects things. Because I don't feel like it's going to be massively time consuming, right? Only 6 of them at a time can do it, so maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. It's done now anyway, even if it's a foolish move. The lie job was suspended. Yes, that's, I think, either because of no materials or no stuff, because it's being managed by a workshop constraint, so it should kick into action once the materials are available. That's the plan. Been doing extensive research on weapons and materials, says Druid's Mead. There is much in the ancient scrolls. Did you know that bronze is better than iron? Oh, I didn't realise that. No, I didn't. Righteous Bonus says, I think there should be a clause in most programming contracts that allow you to punch the client when they're being stupid. I mean, why not? How could that possibly backfire? I mean, sounds like a perfect move. Do we have a gem cutter's workshop still? Oh, the stink's back. Mainly because, is that a dwarven body? Oh no, it's Raoul the Engraver. Okay, trample bras. Okay, let's put some coffins in then. Because, frankly, we need them. If we don't have coffins, I mean, what are we going to do? Let's put it into planning mode again. There we go. And we'll put a lovely row of coffins here. You know what? It smells like there's an open row of coffins in here, because I just emptied the bin, and man, there's a stink coming out. It needs a good clean. And there's a set of bananas over there that have basically gone completely black, and the smell, the ming, is coming this way. Need to get rid of it. Anyway, where were we? I need much these days. I'm learning OBS. There are numbers and shapes and colours. Good old OBS is fairly straightforward. Once you've got the basics, like your bitrate and your resolutions and all that sorted, I mean, there's not much more to learn unless you want to get fancy with the transitions and start doing, you know, stuff like that. Where were we? Doing soap, that was it. We're trying to get the soap pipeline moving. Lie's been unsuspended, as you can see, which is nice. Which means we should be ending up with some soap. Which means we should be ending up with somebody getting healed of an infection? Question mark? Maybe, just maybe, there's a case to be argued for building a room about the same dimensions as the hospital, designating it as a hospital with some cheap beds in there, de-designating the existing hospital, and then atom smashing everybody who is ill to allow more migrants to arrive? I mean, it's an ethically challenging proposition, I admit, but it may get the fortress moving a bit. Hello, Life of Ryan B. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Matt Hardoken was smooth as fuck. Thank you very much. There's a few little bits and bobs like that. I keep trying to think up new ones, but I'm coming up dry. Also, I keep going and playing Red Dead Redemption 2 instead, which is good fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Final Solution Ward is slightly ethically challenging. Yes, it is. It is. I was about to make an incredibly poor taste joke there. Wow. Wow. Luckily, I caught myself just in a nick of time. Just in a nick of time. I like the fact that people are eating in the barracks. I just hope they're actually part of the militia and not just random passers-by who've decided to come by and eat their picnic here while observing the changing of the guard. That doesn't seem like something I want to have happen. Oh, we've got 2 Masterwork copper helms and 1 copper breastplate. This is good. Oh, KV's. KV's been slaughtered up to the food area. There we go. Unpause. Question mark. Poop. Hello, can of soda. It's poop, that's the one. Although we no longer require poop necessarily, because we do have a command that will take us back from Dwarf Therapist by using channel points. That is now an available thing. And it's quite well used. Quite well used indeed. Oh shit, I forgot. I need to render this fat. There we go. Get that fat rendered, and then as soon as the KV fat's available, we'll forbid it from cooking, which should provide a sweet, sweet supply of squeaky clean dwarves. Do you get it? Because KVs are like guinea pigs and they squeak? No? Okay. See, not everybody had pet guinea pigs as a child. We had pet guinea pigs, and I'm pretty sure the ones we bought were pregnant at the time, because after our first 2 guinea pigs, I mean, the population... I mean, comparable to a cat explosion, I would say. A guinea pig explosion. It was enormous. Okay, let's go back to the kitchen. Excellent. Tab, tab, tab. STALL. Oh. No KV tallow. Maybe there's not enough fat on a guinea pig. I mean, looking at them, certainly I would say the rodents look like a lean class of animals. They don't seem as fatty as others. At least they don't get the 8 without a table. Oh, I know, right? To be honest, the lack of beds in this fortress is quite crazy. I should start putting more beds and bedrooms in, but I don't know. I start focusing on things like the amount of fat we've got in reserve, and I get distracted. Very distracted. My fun with Telia's Fabulous Embark may be coming to an end. Had 2 crashes in a row this evening. I've been lucky. I tend to get a crash at the very beginning, and then nothing. No more crashes after that. I've been quite lucky in that regard. But I can sympathise with the crashy fortress. That's really frustrating. Very annoying. Make a magma-proof towel and you get free intel. Question mark? Magma-proof towel? What have I said? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure. I'm not at all short of deep intel. It'll be a shame to leave all that behind. I need to... oh, good. Yes, of course. Intel for this site. I wouldn't mind getting down deep without striking any caverns, if you've got any clever placement ideas. But to be honest, right now, other things are on my mind. Got other things on my mind. I've got other things on my mind. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. And hello, Rough Rapaz. Greetings to you too. Thank you for joining us again. Right. Okay. I'm still not seeing a heap of activity. Actually, I take that back. they've melted all of those breastplates. I am seeing a heap of activity here. It seems like just spamming out the jobs for smelting was a good idea. Fingers crossed that keeps paying off. Hello Alceris. In my experience, the game usually crashes if you start playing in a world immediately after creating it without restarting the game first. Is that what it is? Yeah, that's what it is. If you drop something magma-proof into a volcano, it can reveal stuff. Oh. 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 That seems like an interesting move. Before I dig down, I will do that. We will make a quartzite block or something and fling it in the volcano. We'll see what happens. Oh crap, I need to do some namies, don't I? I'll tell you what, we'll give it a minute and then we'll start doing namies. You will get one Firehawk, don't worry, but it'll take a while before I get round to it. Ooh, it's exciting. You don't even know which of these dwarves will end up being yours. Well, you can guarantee it's not going to be someone in the hospital. Unless we run out of other dwarves, but I don't think we will. I think less than a quarter of our dwarves have got nicknames, so it should be fine. Should be fine. Oh, someone's been taken by a mood. Sigun the Stonecrafter has withdrawn from society. Very exciting. Where is Sigun right now? In the hospital. Oh, it's one of those moods where someone who previously couldn't walk just starts hauling themselves through the corridors with their smashed up limbs. Let's just check. Peculiarly secretive. Sigun Belljungle. Interesting. Interesting name. I'm just going to check Sigun here, Indoor Therapist. Actually, we should probably follow Sigun, shouldn't we? There we go. Right, I'm going to go to Dwarf Therapist. I'm going to find them. And I'm just going to check to see if they are hospital worthy. If I sort by their names, they'll be in with the S's. Sigun. Yeah, I see Sigun. Currently has got their left foot first toe smashed apart. And their third toe smashed apart. Oh, they've got 2 toes smashed apart. Everything else is fine. That's, toes, painful. I feel sympathy for you in that regard. But does that really require hospitalisation? I have literally broken all of my not big toes. As in, I have never broken either of my big toes. But the rest, bosh. Bosh. Is this a reclaimed fortress or a great project? This is a new fortress. Well, not a new fortress, but I just restarted on the same site rather than reclaiming a previous fortress on this site. Reclaiming volcano embarks, it's a bit of a risk. They can go nuts and bubble over, which is not ideal. Or suboptimal. Let's designate some more smoothing to be done because we've cleared the spaces out. I'm going to say priority 4 because the previous one's priority 3. Bingo bango, biddly biddly bongo. Then we do priority 5 like this. Come on. There we go. Over to here. Lovely. And then we'll leave the last of it until it's been dug out. Very nice. Very good. Right. So they've claimed the workshop. They appear to be wandering around grabbing materials, so let's not panic too much about them. Are we getting any other materials coming through? We're getting helmets in the barracks, but we're not getting breastplates. Just to be clear to everybody, at the end of each of these rows of furniture in the barracks, which is this room, by the way, we've got this series of stockpiles, each of which is forbidden from using bins and can therefore only really contain one item naturally placed. We've got helms, breastplates, and then etc. Other pieces of armour. We could be missing some though, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to see. I've broken every toe, says Ravelin, including the big ones. It's basically life at this point. Welcome to Clumsy Club. We do not speak about Clumsy Club because everybody knows that we're in Clumsy Club. We also don't mention the fact that I called it Clumsy Club, which sounds very different, and I don't want to be a part of that club. I feel like that's something I prefer to do alone or in pairs. Not the fruit. I see that this fortress follows American type of healthcare. Ooh, I mean, not even that good, to be honest. Not even that good. At the moment, we're really at the whims of the soap production crew, who, as you can see, are not in their production pipeline right now. They're just hanging out. They're having fun, doing whatever they like to do. I've only broken one toe, left second. No intention of breaking any more. I mean, I wear steel toe cap boots now. Haven't broken any toes since then. Mind you, I never broke toes wearing shoes before. It's always been running barefoot somewhere and then just slamming them into stuff. A number of like open doors I've kicked by accident, and chair legs and fucking, the pain. The pain. No. The first rule of Clumsy Club is don't join Clumsy Club. It's, well, I mean, unless that's your thing, in which case, feel free. I mean, I don't feel comfortable preventing you from joining Clumsy Club, but have a fucking shower before I see you next. You think you guys would learn how not to hurt yourselves after the first time? No, unfortunately, I am not what you would call 6 months, curly fries, heavens above. Exciting stuff. So that's a 6 month, a 7 month, and a 12-month renewal today. I mean, wow. Quite the spectrum of stream ages. And it gives us something to talk about while the game saves, because there's obviously no Dwarf Fortress going on. I've had a second toe that's basically a full joint longer than the rest, and walk barefoot. You can see where this is heading. Ooh. Please tell me it's still longer. Otherwise, that's a horrific story. I have a friend who put a garden fork, hello, by the way, hello, Doberman, if you're watching, put a garden fork through his foot. Fuck! That had to hurt. He also won 2 Mega Drives from cereal boxes. So maybe that's just karmically balanced, I don't know. Who knows? Only those who operate the scales of karma could possibly make a judgment. Only one toe crushed in my life, 3/4 of the toe turned black immediately. Oof. I've never had that. I've never had that horrible black bruising that you get when something's truly fucked. My sister, when she was little, about my daughter's age, she I think she pulled a drawer out of her chest of drawers and it fell directly, like the lip of it fell directly on her toe and that went black. Oh, yikes. Oh, wincing. The shudders. Can we stop with the injury talk? Okay, we'll stop with the injury talk. Presumably. I don't know, I can do my best to suggest chat goes in a particular direction, but, well, you've been here before. You know what this is like. I may even have the fullest of intentions to not pursue injury talk, but, something will happen, and we'll end up talking about the dwarven soldiers who had their skin boiled off by magma mist in order to make them that just a little bit more combat effective, on the account of not feeling any pain, or anything, anymore. Anyway, where were we? Waiting for that mood to finish, and also checking in on our barracks every now and again to see if we're getting armour coming through. I know it's only copper armour, but, it should start working soon. Also, I'm hoping to get some silver hammers appearing. They still appear not to be turning up here, which is a shame. We do have silver bars, though, so presumably if we're doing the whole melting cycle, we will at least remain silver neutral, if not start getting more silver from it. My sister, when she was 3, pulled a standing breeze block over onto her toes. Yikes! Oof. Zisudrazoon says, I mean, it's a nice change from the usual scatological conversation. That's true. I have never pooped out of my toes, but I did once tread in a dog turd barefoot, which was terrible. And, well, I mean, that feels like someone rubbed the lamp and now the genie's popped out. I didn't mean to do that, but, I mean, it just, you had to put your hand up and say, well, this is actually an improvement, because now we're going to go slip sliding down the shitty slope again. And nobody wants that. That's how you hemorrhage viewers, scoundrels. Stop it. I can't. It's just like I can't stop talking to myself like I'm doing right now. Oh man. Alright, I'll try to stop, but not until after I tell my story of the day. Today, I had a mighty bubbling in my guts and a powerful urge to head downstairs to the lavatory. Our toilet's downstairs. And I went down, I pulled down my pants, I sat down, I let one rip, and the second it hit the pan, some fucker ran the doorbell. And I was sitting there going, oh no! We had no toilet paper, but very limited toilet paper. You know the situation when you've got no spares behind you, and then the bit that's left on the roll is impossible to gauge whether it will be enough? it was terrible. And I ended up having to yell through the net curtains in the front room with my pants around my ankles going, "It's all right, just leave it, I'll collect it in a minute." And thankfully they saw that was a beneficial option for them. I mean, nobody wants me coming to the door, like, you know, in that state. That would be no good for anybody. Anyway, it was kitchen blinds, in case anyone's wondering what got delivered. Very exciting. Got to cut those down to size and install them in a day or two, probably tomorrow. Anyway, we'll try and keep away from the poo-poo. Kiyahime says, "I will just say that it's a bad idea to support something that weighs more than 50 kilograms on the foot, no matter if it is in boot or not." That's true, yes. It's not a great move. I think I might have actually broken across my foot as well, but I don't think I ever got it sorted, so it's kind of set back again. Well, yeah, never know. Skinless dwarven soldiers surely have some utility, says Garnbergian, as catapult ammo. Benefit 1, no screaming. 2, definite shock effect upon landing. Definitely. Much like that Attack on Titan beast, you know, the big skinless one. I mean, less impact, obviously, because it would be Attack on Tiny if it was a dwarf, but whatever. Hello, Scubs15. I know. Tale as old as time, doorbell ringing time, covered in feces. You're British, doesn't your butler answer the door? First of all, butlers don't answer the door. Butlers take care of the wine cellar. You're thinking of a valet, or what are they called? The most important person in the house? Fuck it, doesn't matter. No, that's. I don't think even really rich people have butlers anymore. I don't know. Even if I had the $1 billion we were talking about previously, I don't think I would hire butlers and house staff. I feel very uncomfortable with the idea of a cleaner. I'd never get a cleaner for our house. But I mean, someone who's like a live-in non-family member? No, that's just fucking weird. If you live in one of those countries where house staff are still a thing, I find that incredibly odd. I know we have a few people in chat who have, like, not like a house cleaner who comes in once a week, but people who are there cooking their food and shit. But we'll see. Yelling through the net curtains, is that a euphemism? No, that wasn't. That was me putting my head round the bathroom door into the front room going, "Please, not now." 2 namies above, says Life of Ryan. Very clever, very good attempt at changing the subject. We'll see if it works. Get yourself a bidet, you will thank me. I mean, my bathroom isn't big enough for any further additions. We have a bit of floor, a toilet, and then a bath, which is also a shower, and a sink between the two of them. Adding a bidet would mean we would have to stand in it to wash our hands, or, you know, wash our hands in the bidet perhaps. I don't know. I suppose you get the shower head, but that's a lot of fucking around. Excuse me. Pardon me. Scub says, "Dude, I'll be your butler. I don't have a wine cellar. I have absolutely zero requirement for a butler." Butlering is still a thing, but it's like people hire them for a party or a function, right? Nobody's an actual fucking butler living in someone's house. Maybe the Queen and their family are so out of touch that they still have that as a thing, but I mean, it feels super icky. Anyway, where were we? Butlers pull double duty if you're poor. Oh, I suppose that does make sense, actually. That crossover. Oh, man. If what you should do is get 2 butlers, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to try and inculcate each of them into a separate cultish entity with really strong opposing religious views. And then you could actually start manipulating them to start fighting each other until it boils over into a holy war, and you could actually recreate the prehistory of Dune, the Butlerian Jihad. It would be incredible. It would be the most complicated, elaborate, non-verbal pun that has ever been produced. Somebody get on that. Anyway, where were we? Amazon home delivery instead of what, Druid's Meat? I've missed whatever you were talking about. There's gone off the top of the screen once again. Ravelin says, "I'd get a cleaner because holy shit, I hate cleaning, but I can't imagine ever having a butler or a chef, no matter how rich. I can imagine hiring someone in for like an evening to cook for you. That doesn't seem weird to me. Like that's just like a super rich person's version of a takeout, right? You actually just call the person to cook in your house and you'll get the raw ingredients, and I can see that working. But having someone in your house every day who does the food, unless you're living in sort of like a communistic circumstance, like with people who are sharing duties and living, I can imagine multiple families living in one large house together and stuff like that. That doesn't boggle my mind, and someone having the role of being the cook. But you'd need to know them pretty well and be pretty comfortable. I would feel deeply uncomfortable, like if an employment relationship was where someone was living with me. That would be, don't bidets go inside the toilet, says Can of Soda. As I understand it, a bidet is like a shin height sink that you can squat over and wash your bum in. All the bidets I've seen have been in continental Europe, Belgium or France. I think mainly. In fact, only France. I don't think I've ever seen a bidet in Belgium. But I think you can have like a bidet function on a Japanese toilet, which will squirt whatever you want onto your bum to clean it. But well, maybe not whatever you want. I mean, like platinum dust is unlikely to come out of your toilet unless you're filthy rich. Anyway, where were we? We have butlers, chefs, and drivers. They just don't live as. Oh, I see what you're saying, Druid's Mead. I see what you're saying. Oh, sorry, Ravelin. No, Druid's Mead? It is Druid's Mead. I see what you're saying, Javelin. Druid's Mead. All those people have those same roles, but like everybody's got them and they sort of external to the house. That does make a lot of sense, actually. That does make a lot of sense. Zisudrazun says family derives from the Latin for non-family household members. Language is weird. Oh, I see. So kind of like the only reason you would need to define your family is if that people were living with you who weren't part of your family. That's not the only reason. I can think of other reasons. Like you might want to say, no, don't have babies with them. They are part of your family. That's going to cause all sorts of seven-fingered trouble. We don't want it. We don't need that. Mind you, they wouldn't have known that at the time, would they? I mean, it would have just been icky for all the other myriad reasons it's horrible. I think you have it in reverse. A valet helps an individual, a butler handles the household and the door. Of course, a proper household would have servants that answer to the butler, and those would answer the door. Ah, I see. I mean, that's probably correct. I mean, everything I know about that kind of circumstance is from a YouTube video about books I've never read. So, the Jeeves and Wooster books. So, okay. I'll bow to your Googling, presumably. I don't know. On the other hand, it does provide work for those who could use it. Again, something's gone off the top of the screen there, Scubs. Do you mean the bidet? Why would I do that, says Can of Soda, when I can just hire two separate groups of bodyguards and order them to kill each other? I mean, yeah, that's true, but it doesn't have the punning. They have to be butlers for it to be, and it has to be a holy war for it to be the Butlerian Jihad, you see? What's that behind me? Oh, it's a jacket. I keep thinking there's a little face peeking through the window at me. Just there. Window. Door crack. Come on. Let's catch up with chat. That's true, actually. I take it back, Harold. You are correct. I don't want the Butlerian Jihad happening because that would destroy my computer. They would end up they'd probably try and turn me into some sort of fucking mentat. Awful. I must admit, I'm getting a bit hyped for Denis Villeneuve's Dune. I'm getting a bit excited. It looks like it could be pretty good. Fingers crossed. Bill and Ted was good, so, let's have a little bit of hope in our lives, shall we? Can you imagine running Dwarf Fortress on a Mentat? I mean, that would be pretty cool, right? It would be pretty exciting. Oh, some traders have arrived. Oh, okay. I spent too long gazing into chat and I haven't even caught up, have I? Let's get past all this bonkers nonsense. You can get bidet attachments for normal toilets. Oh, okay. I mean, could do. I suppose it might save a lot of money on toilet paper. It's not so much the washing of the buttocks that bothers me about bidets. Let me just say, okay. My problem with bidets is not that you might have a wet bum. You can dry it, but then that means you've got a towel that's been used to dry your arsehole that just has to stay there. And if you're going to use paper and flush it away anyway, you may as well just wipe your arse, right? I mean, I understand the whole wet wipes and if it was on your face argument, would you just use a tissue? I understand that argument, but I don't know. I just feel like the idea of having even after you've washed your ass, a poopy-ish, a semi-poopy towel there for drying your bum, I just find that a bit weird, you know? I'd like a towel to last at least a day in the bathroom for drying before it needs to be thoroughly cleansed, right? You know? And what happens if someone mixes up the bum towel and the face towel? Oh, I mean, even if you've just washed it, it's still going to be a little bit weird, all right? I don't like it. I don't like it. I see Druid's made the dry tissue argument, yeah. P.G. Woodhouse's Jeeves stories are indeed a good source for Butlerian knowledge. If anyone hasn't read them yet, they're very fun and cheerful. They were literally written with the internet to cheer up the nation to cheer up the nation after World War One. I am familiar with Jeeves and Wooster only as far as the Fry and Laurie version of it. That I remember, but very vaguely from my childhood. I don't thoroughly remember it. In a private bathroom, you can at least wet the toilet paper with the sink. Attach a hairdryer to the toilet too. Intriguing. It's all getting a bit elaborate, right? You may as well just have a shower at that point. Once you're fucking like drying your nutsack with a hairdryer, and you know you've gone pretty far into the whole. Just have a full body wash at that point. Zisudra says, well, domus was Latin for family, and some now use domestic for non-family household members, which completes the circle of weird. This is some powerful attempts to change the subject and get us off of toilets. I really appreciate what you're doing here. It's valuable and should not be overlooked by other members of chat. This is an attempt to save the evening. So, you know, celebrate Zisudra Zun's attempts. Don't castigate them. The towel argument makes me wonder about how you shower. Doesn't that ever include bum washing? Yeah, but if you have a shower with a full body wash, that towel's done. That's in the wash immediately. And if I'm doing that every time I poop, then we need to buy 3 times as many towels. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed fully to bidets, but can I be bothered to get one fucking installed and pay for it? No, I've got toilet roll. It's not a problem. Blum blum blum. Mikey, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Was thinking the same thing, Garnbergian. Towel argument. Yeah, I do. Of course, I wash my bum when I'm showering. Of course, I do. Very, very meticulously, very fastidiously. Obviously, you each have a monogrammed personal arse towel, you barbarian. I mean, we've been trying to keep personal towels because we've had a little problem with the old worms in this house, it has to be said. And we've been trying to keep to individual towels, but the kids, they're just not interested. They go for the nearest towel. They have to be supervised hand washing. It's terrible. On the special arse towel rack by the door. Now, in my bathroom, you don't want that by the door. That means getting up and walking over there. I want the arse towel rack somewhere easily accessible if we're going for an arse towel rack. But then again, I'm gonna have to say the hairdryer. I'm ruling out the arse towel as a concept right now. It has to leap straight to hairdryer, hand dryer territory. Maybe there's a sort of variation of the Dyson Airblade that just shoots like directly into the crack and then goes blasting, not levering the buttocks apart, you animals. I mean just blasting air and pushing all the water away. Then again, that's going to push any non-clean nonsense solutes up the size. I don't know about this. Where was I? Some might say a little too meticulously. Maybe. Magma pipe. Now, to be honest, I think I'm already running a magma pipe into my bathroom every time I take a dump. Anyway, where were we? Good thing about Woodhouse's Jeeves books is that they are old enough to be unlicensed, so you can read them on Gutenberg for free. One Google search for a great book free in various formats. Very good point, actually. Although the out of copyright angle does unfortunately correlate a lot with the highly problematic angle of literature, if you see what I mean. Like, once a book is old enough to be out of copyright and available to anybody to use, it can also be a little bit Then again, not always. I don't know. How problematic have the Sherlock Holmes books become? I don't think there's much in there beyond the blatant imperialism of the age, which is not great, but you know, maybe they're not that bad. Who knows? Who knows? Arse towel rack with your poo knife. Oh, we use a stick. Unfortunately, there are some rather aggressive shitters in this house, and it is often a requirement to get things moving down the pan to hack it to pieces with a bit of bamboo, which means we always need a supply of bamboo, because you've got to chuck it, right? You've got to chuck it, it's got to go. Just use the natural arse pelt evolution gave us. Oh my goodness. The Romans used sponges on sticks. Blasting pooper water all over the garden, the bathroom. You're right there. That does seem to have a negative to it. But, you know, UK bathrooms don't have power sockets. Just hang your bits out the window and catch the nice Atlantic breeze. Could do. I could say that I could stick my arse out the window and just shit, though. I could say, Gardiloo, like they used to in the old days. Sherlock Holmes isn't public domain. The early books are, but the character is. But I believe anything that happens with Moriarty that was written after Conan Doyle was forced to return to the series is actually not out of copyright. And because of the continued extensions of American copyright at the behest of the Disney Corporation, it's just kept staying in copyright. That's hazy. I think that's what's happening. I could be wrong. The branding on the arse dryer should be pink eye machine. That's true. Do the poop scissor guy from Reddit uses a scissor to cut the poop into small chunks? I might look that up, but that seems like, just get a stick. You know, if you want to be fancy, maybe an old screwdriver that you've been using to lever open paint tins or something, but not a fucking... Don't keep the thing you're destroying the turds with. It's madness. The big issue with Sherlock is that only the first couple of books are able to be adapted, and certain personality traits are copyrighted by the guy's estate. Really? What personality traits? So he can't be a smackhead or a cocaine fiend because that's all the copyright stuff. Which is why Sherlock is always such an arsehole in modern stuff. I never watched the modern reinterpretation of Sherlock with what's his name? Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know, it just never really appealed to me. Also available on Gutenberg. Good. The estate is litigating that new Enola Holmes show on Netflix because Henry Cavill's Holmes shows emotion. Really? Holmes was into laudanum. Wasn't that a duckhead? Interesting, not heard that phrase before. Isn't that one of those people with the pompadour? the pompadour haircut? Holmes was into laudanum. Isn't that alcohol laced with opiates? I think that's what laudanum is, isn't it? He can't show emotions. Author made them write him nicer in the later books. Still copyright. Oh, right, okay. It's arguable that Robert Downey Jr.'s depiction is the most accurate. Heroin solution. Okay. That is bonkers. Like, having him be nice to people. That's insane. I mean, not the fact that he, not copyright of that concept seems really shaky. I feel like the court should be saying no to that, but what do I know? I, thank God, am not a judge. Imagine that. Oh, God, imagine turning up in court and seeing me sitting behind the fucking bench with the gavel. All rise for Judge Scoundrel. He's called what? Sorry? Pardon me? And now, if you would like to approach the bench with your bribes. Bribes, not bibes. What is a bibe? Is it something you marry? Is it something you drink? I don't know. Anyway, this game appears to have paused. Let's check why. Oh, I paused it because the traders had arrived, didn't I? That's what's going on here. So, was it just an envoy, not actual traders? No, it wasn't traders. It was just some kind of diplomat. Oh well, never mind. Where was I? Got distracted. I'm trying to avoid the poo chat. Avoid the poo chat, scoundrel. Come on. You can do that. Ignore chat for a minute. Do something in the game. That's what they're here for. They're here to see you interact with Dwarf Fortress, not just for you sitting here going, let me tell you another thing about the brown stuff. We're going to ignore the clothes making. I'm going to have another look at the metalsmiths. It looks like they're churning through the melting orders nice and quickly. But is that resulting in actual quality merchandise being created? We've got 4 helms. Why are they managing to crank out the Masterwork helms, but the Masterwork breastplates are a bit of a problem? Have I ordered some sort of special workflow on the breastplates? Keep 5 to 10, yeah. And okay. So the breastplates are only being made by people who are from dabbling to accomplished, whereas the helms are being made by people who are dabbling to legendary. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, with that in mind, maybe I need to... Come on, scoundrel. There's a thought happening. You can feel it pushing out of your mind like a squeezed sausage disgorging its meaty contents. Come on. Maybe if I make the good guys make breastplates as well, we'll end up having equipment for our military. Although with the copper material, that was never really what I was intending to do. I was only intending to level them up with that. And then ultimately we want to remove the copper stuff from the barracks in order to make superior armour. Of course, if we've got copper and tin, we should be able to make bronze, right? Is that what they're made of? Poo chat is just regular Twitch chat. I suppose there's, I do come across poo chat occasionally on Twitch, but less frequently than I do in my own streams. I feel like the subject of fecal matter and defecation comes up a hell of a lot more here than it does elsewhere. Could be wrong though. So you as a judge would basically be a reference from Blood Bowl who openly accept bribes. Yeah, I mean, I would be like a Blood Bowl judge, for sure. I'd take bribes. Practice breastplates, that's right. That's very good. Also, for once I ain't sleeping an hour right after the stream. Well, that's a good thing. It's a good sign. It's a sign that this particular stream has been entertaining and fun. Or maybe not. Maybe it's so aggravating that it's prevented you from sleeping. Maybe your computer now won't turn off and just refuses to do anything other than feed you this nonsense in a never-ending stream of poo jokes. The never-ending stream of poo. Little copyright strike for you there, straight in the arse. Anyway, let's change this so that we actually get some decent breastplates. I feel like the levelling up thing is all well and good, but we can kind of guarantee that we end up with good materials just by saying, you know, only make 10 masterworks and melt everything else. So what we're going to do here is we're going to change this so that we no longer have to worry about the skill level of the dwarves operating the furnace. That's what we're doing. And that should result in a much quicker acquisition of a full suit of armour. Because once we've done the helms and the breastplates, we'll move on to the greaves and the gauntlets, etc., etc., etc. Let's keep them down here. Not falling asleep is a problem. Scoundrel's baritone voice has been my go-to falling asleep stream. Go to sleep, continue watching. Leave me on in the background all night and give me that sweet, sweet view juice. Is that what they call it in the industry? Is that what they call the accumulated viewing time? View juice? I feel like anyone who is seriously calling it that without any kind of hint of irony is probably a twat. So let's avoid that happening. Let's put some more smoothing orders in. It looks like everything that we wanted smoothing has been smoothed. We'll make it a priority 4, and then once that's done... In fact, you know what? Let's not wait for that to be done. Let's go to priority 5 and just designate this entire goddamn room to be engraved. I know, I'm a maniac, right? I'm a crazy boy. There we go. Engrave. Get your little asses down there, start carving things into the walls. A little improvised ditty for you there. Or, more accurately, a shitty. It's not very good. It's pretty bad. That was Mud his horse died in, not Pooh. And of course, remember, the horse was not called Atreyu. It was called something else. It was called... What was it called? I forget the meme. No, Mikey, it's not Atreyu. I'm looking up chat the wrong way. It's not Atreyu. The horse is called something else. Atreyu was... No, it's not Shadowfax. It's not Shadowfax. Oh God. I'm going to type Legend Horse into Google. Congratulations, you prompted my first Google of the evening. Legend Horse, question mark, legend. Hyaluronate sodium injectable solution is indicated in the treatment of joist dysfunction. What? Okay. Apparently Legend Horse is some horse medicine to do with joints. So, not Atreyu. There we go. Falcor. No, Artax. Artax. The horse was called Artax. There we go. Oh my god, that took a while to figure out. I once had a Dark Elf dodge 9 tackle zones in one play. My opponent rage quit the game. I mean, if any game can make you rage quit, it's Blood Bowl. I mean, that game will fuck you up. Leave you an emotional wreck. Well, if you're going to get a first turn touchdown, Wood Elf team is going to be it, right? Or a Skaven team. Artax and Atreyu, that's right. Oh, you were already there. I could have just looked into chat. Oh. Anyway, enough of this never-ending story nonsense. Let's get back into the action. What's the game paused for? Mysterious construction has been begun. Very good. I'm very happy with that circumstance. I like the idea of artifacts being created in my fortress. Okay, so our dining hall's not ready to get set up yet. Our miners are currently unoccupied. Maybe, oh god, there's something stinking up the skulls and bones. Oh my goodness. That's all I need. Fucking Harvard fraternities bogging down the bloody butcher shop workflow. We don't need that. What we need is all those skulls and bones being moved elsewhere, which I feel might actually require me to start making stuff out of skulls and bones. That's this stockpile, right? No, that's muscle shells, can't be it. It's got to be this one. Yeah, stray ram bones, ram skulls. No, but this is... Why are they not moving that shit? God damn you, dwarves. Curse your idle hides. Dear oh dear. Oh, thank you very much, Camberkian. Much appreciated. Oh my goodness. Don't let that end up being my online lasting legacy, my brand. So, what do you do? How did your stream get successful? Well, number one, it hasn't. And number two, I just talk about poop a lot. People seem to love it. It's weird. It seems like the internet has some sort of scat fetish. Which isn't really true. The internet is clearly obsessed with incest. Let's gloss over that. And not like that. Let's ignore what I said and start pondering the rate at which arms and armour are being created in this fortress, because it looks like my weaponsmith isn't doing his job. Sigun Rithagath, the Stonecrafter, has created Atebsalir, a Cobaltite Puzzle Box. He claims it as a family heirloom. We will tear your soul apart. Oh no, he's created a lament configuration. That's not what we needed. It's called Told-Adored. Told-Adored? Told-Adored. Okay. Alright, it's got a shit name. But maybe it's a cool item. Let's have a little look. Let's press enter here, press V there. It's worth a bit. This is a Cobaltite Puzzle Box. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with willow and encircled with bands of copper. This object is adorned with hanging rings of reindeer leather and goshenite, and menaces with spikes of cobaltite, the alpaca bone and lead. On the item is an image of point-cut gems in steel. On the item is an image of Tobal's secretive tome, the dwarf and dwarves in sheep leather. Tobal's secretive tome is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Tobal's secretive tome to the position of Queen of the Triangular Town in 1. Wow, what a year 1 was. I mean, taking my sight... no, I was about to try and make a rather belaboured Metallica joke there, but I'll just drop it. It wasn't going to work. It was never going anywhere, and yet somehow it managed to make it past my mental filters and all the way onto my tongue and lips, and unfortunately they tasted bad. Well, fortunately they tasted bad, and that caused me to recoil in horror and not go there. Well, only partially go there. like an unlaid log, like that turtle that retreats in terror. Okay, let's actually have some Dwarf Fortress occur here. I'm going to glance over to chat just carefully to make sure I don't get pulled into CK2. CK3's out. Ravelin says, CK3 is spectacular, by the way, if you ever want to try and get into a Paradox game. I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea of Paradox games, and getting in early is the time to do it, but I don't know. Let's have a look. By the way, Metallica is going into the studio next month to record their next album. Intriguing. What stores CK3 on? Is it Steam or Epic, or both? He says, looking away and getting nuts deep once again into Dwarf Fortress, hoping that soon we'll end up with some arms and armour. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to Dwarf Therapist right now. I'm going to take a little look and see what's going on with the weaponsmithing, because it looks like nobody's doing anything. We've got Dobar here, currently constructing a building, or at least he was last time we refreshed. Dobar currently doing nothing, yet he is easily the best weaponsmith in the fortress. I mean, by quite some margin. The other weaponsmith is barely a dabbler, and this guy's utterly legendary. So what gives here? What's the deal with this bullshit? I'm going to pause the game in the background. I'm going to open up the namies list, and hopefully we'll get the namies done, and then we'll be on our way with it. How did I get the namie list opened again? There was a way to get it opened from OBS, wasn't there? Or maybe I'm misremembering. Custom browser top, stream information, Twitch stats, scene transition. No, none of this stuff is what I was looking for. How about there? All followers, subs, no. Activity feed, right click on the names. I don't think I can do it from here. I'm going to have to go over here and do it from here. God damn it, Twitch. Bear with me though, it won't take too long, especially if I maximise this window. Community, not content, community, very good, well done. Channel points, lovely. Manage rewards and challenges, review request queue, I'll just fucking open the request queue with you, thank you very much. And then I'll go back. Actually, do I need that open? I don't. There we go. Okay, so last week Sal saved us from staring blankly at Dwarf Therapist no less than 1, 2, 3. Oh no, sorry. 3 times precisely. Oh no, wait, there's more. Oh my god, I was really out of it last week. Okay, so Sal saved us from Dwarf Therapist once, twice, thrice, quadrilaterally? Okay, 4 times. Nag 0007 did it twice, and I think that was it. That's good. Okay. Firehawk requested an hour ago for a dwarf, which was a crossbow or hammerer. That's fine by me. Let's copy that. Let's sort by squad. Come down to our only military squad, go onto the military screen and see who's any good with a hammer. Anyone? Bollocks. I'll give you one of, how about Muthcat here? You can have Muthcat, and hopefully Muthcat will pick up a bit of... Okay, that took me by surprise quite a bit, but there you go, a little bit of poorly made Jurassic Park music, fucking hell. Thank you, Mikey, thank you for the bits, and scaring the shit out of me. Jesus Christ. Careful with that, let's be careful with the sound effects. I need warning, I need pre-warning. I'm holding in a Wii, I know I haven't told you, but I nearly pissed myself. Anyway, Steam and Xbox Pass. Oh, I might not get it through Xbox, just because I'm not up for subscription stuff. But we'll see. Steam for sure. Okay, we'll check out Steam. Past Drunk Me pre-ordered it. Oh, bloody past us's, right? Those bloody historical people. Always causing trouble for future us's. Let's have a little look. I got up for Instant Gaming. I don't even know the platform, let alone hesitant. If you have Game Pass for the Xbox, you can play the game for free. Yeah, I mean, I've had Game Pass. It's all right, but it installs stuff in folders in your computer that you can't even look in, and I'm not cool with that. I don't like that. Chunky Nut wants a child named Asbestos. Oh, okay. Check that out. I was also panicking, Ravelin, but luckily I just about remembered that I'd set that up. Axes seems to be far and away the best weapon, followed by swords. Blunt weapons take too long to deal a fatal blow. Oh, okay. That said, I believe blunt weapons are actually better against hard, shelled opponents. You've got more chance of breaking through with a blunt weapon, or that could be bullshit. That's just what I'm intuiting from apparently nowhere. Anyway, we've got our new Firehawk hammerer, maybe future hammerer in there. Let's mark that as complete. Kiyohime or Kiyo also would like a dwarf. No instructions given. I'll mark that as complete, very optimistically, perhaps prematurely, and then we'll sort by has nickname. Come down to the no nickname area, do a little bit of glancing away from the screen, and click. We've picked Godin. Well done, Godin. You have now acquired the name Kiyohime. Lovely. Mark as complete. Oh shit, that was Jack Ryan. We need someone called Jack Ryan. I'd already marked it as complete. Shit. Okay, hopefully there was no specificity regarding Jack Ryan's type. So we're going to click here, and Rakust, set nickname, you're going to be Jack Ryan. I can't go to Syria. I'm an analyst. Let's commit there. There we go. And Chunky Nut requires a child named Asbestos. Well, let's... we only have one child in the fortress. Hopefully not yet named. Otherwise, this may well stymie your opportunities. Here we go. Rigoth, the professional child, shall henceforth be known as Asbestos. Oh, you fireproof child. Let's commit. Markers complete. There we go. The name EQ is complete. Lovely. What else was I going to do in Dwarf Therapist? Oh, hello, Zastav. Welcome back. You can smell nobles. You can. They're not on fire, but, you know, we've had a few pass on. We've had a few nobles die, mainly from stress. Oh, Zast wants Zast the Noble Slayer as a name. If it's under 16 characters, I can oblige. Bear with me. We're going to go with that one. Doran. Oh, we can't have that one. You're a noble. Who was it? It was the manager. Okay, you don't want the manager. Let's go there. Let's go find someone from the proletariat. Somebody untainted by this crazy nonsense. There we go. Dishmap. There we go. Regular vanilla dwarf. Oh, it's longer than 16 characters. Arse candles. It cuts it off and it says Zast the Noble. I'm pretty sure that's not what you intended, so we're gonna cut it down. We're gonna cut it down and we're gonna say just Zast for now. We all know. We're well aware of your proclivities towards the nobility. Don't worry about that. You don't need the extra on the name, it'll be fine. I'm marking that as complete and taking those channel points back. Where are we going? Asbestos likes working near the magma. Well, let's hope so. If they are actually fireproof, that would be good. Righteous wants to know if the Pope is alive, or shall I send the next upgrade? Let's have a little look at who does have a nickname here. Asbestos, Friday, Tasty, Corgi Derp, Veru, Mama Sal, Blueberry, Jack Ryan, which I have misspelt as Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan, Fuzzy, Harry Beaver, Firehawk, Ocelot, Plutonium Jesus, Zast, Zlatan, Charlie, Tidy, Mikey, Ravelin, Chunky Nut, Conquest of Games, Kiyohime, Iron Yarn, Spider Jim, Shizu, Ragnar Lodbrok, and Seppo. So, unfortunately, the Pope has passed on. It's time for the black or white smoke conundrum. Let's have a little look in chat again. Excuse me. I can kill them from the inside. Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, that plan now has flown the coop. But next time, someone called Arse Candles. That's right, Arse Candles. I've actually got a fortress on Telia's Fabulous Embark called Arse Candles. Let's stick someone in there called Arse Candles. Why not? Can I use the mouse wheel for a little bit of applied randomness? Randomity? There we go. Tobal. You lucky dwarf. You are now known as Arse Candles. All one word, capitals in the middle. Camel case, I believe that's called, isn't it? Camel case, or am I wrong? You could have put Noble Slayer. That's a good point. We could have gone the other way round. Instead of saying Zast and everyone knowing it meant Noble Slayer, we could have called you Noble Slayer and everyone would have known it meant Zast. That's a good point. Don't think I'm implying anything with the wilting fingers there when I said your name. I'm not implying anything at all. And if you're thinking I am, then you're just seeing things. I don't know why I said that. That makes it seem like I was. Oh well, never mind. Dingo Dong, the animal trainer, says Righteous Boner. Hell we go. And the Popiltron? The Popiltron 200. I think, was it Popiltron? Dingo Dong, the animal trainer. Let's see if we actually have an animal trainer in the fortress. I'm not entirely sure we do, but it's already claimed by Ravelin. Although Etur here has 2 levels in that. Let's do it. Etur, set nickname, paste, Dingo Dong. There you go. Ding dingo dong, ding dingo dong, ding dingo dong, ding dingo dong, ding 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 dingo dong dong, ding 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 dingo dong. Sorry. And the Popiltron 200, I'm not sure this is going to fit within the 16 character limit, Righteous, but we will give it a go. We will give it a go. Click. Oh, no, that's another noble. Medtop. There we go. I mean, we could make the Pope a noble. It kind of fits. The Bookkeeper. Would Bookkeeper be a good role for Popiltron 200, I wonder? You know what? I'm going to go with this one here, Iden. Rather than trying to figure out which noble... Oh, it's too long. We're going to take off the... What are we going to do? Set nickname. We take off the... Oh, I mean, you can have the Popiltron 20. You're only one character over the limit. Is 20? 20 is not a very techie number, is it? The T20 doesn't sound like a killer robot from the future. It sounds like a fucking extension to a train line. It's, or maybe, like a press name for the people who rebelled at the Boston Tea Party. Like 20 people go to prison for something there. They're the T20. It makes sense, doesn't it? Let's call it the Popiltron 20. It'll do for now. If there's an uproar in chat, so be it. We can deal with that when the time comes. Anyway, I was here for another reason other than doing namies, wasn't I? I was gonna either give someone a job or take someone's job away. What was the plan? T-20 is an American prototype tank with an electric transmission and a 76mm M1A1 cannon. Oh. Now that you say that, it does sound more like a tank, actually, now that I think about it. The T-20 rings a bell. I'm sure I've come across it somewhere in media. Computer games, almost certainly. Oh man, I watched another Jorin Lee virtual essay about Metal Gear Solid today. That guy keeps cranking them out on YouTube. He's good. I recommend you try him out. Have a look at Jorin Lee. Very worth the watch. Doesn't have anywhere near enough viewers. Anyway, let's unpause. Let's unpause and go back to Dwarf Fortress, because I can't remember why I went to Dwarf Therapist. And we've done all the naming, so at least there was something that happened that was worthwhile, right? At least that's given some small measure of satisfaction to an elite cadre of viewers. Maybe? Hopefully. Okay. So we told them to make... the hammer guys. That was it. I was going to make people... make weapons. So let's sort by nothing. Go to weaponsmithing and see these two here. We need to either encourage this boy into the workshop. Oh, hang on a minute. No. He's going to go and... No, he's not. No. That's weaponsmithing. I was getting confused with the armor smith. The weaponsmithing thing is a problem. If I go over to see the workshops, they might be skill gated. There is a chance of that. So if I have a look over here... Copper pick, copper ball, silver warhammer. Have I gated that by skill? No. Anybody can make those hammers. Anybody can make me some silver warhammers. But why do they not? Why don't they make those silver hammers? We need to get some Bang Bang Maxwell going on. We can't sit here with an unarmed army. I mean, that basically takes half of their name out and makes it redundant. You can't fight a war with a Yi. Can you? Can you fight a war with a Yi? Maybe you can. If we give them spiked boots, we could have a leggy. That might work. What's wrong with me? I think probably I might be going through an early mental decline. Soapmaker's Workshop currently quiet, which suggests to me that we should have soap in stock, right? Let's have a little look. E-S-O-A-P. No soap in stock. And the hospital is still absolutely rammed. Got about 12 people there currently not well. It's not good. Not good. Whose channel? Post a link to it. That's a very good point. If I go over to Yao Chow over here and I click on the video I just watched talking about the overlap of World War II and the Metal Gear Solid series. Oh yeah, it's this channel. Hang on. One moment. Let me just copy the channel. Boop. Boop. There we go. I rate that guy's videos. I found him going down the Kojima rabbit hole and I decided to stay with him after I came out the other side. The Super Bunny Hop YouTube channel has a lot of Metal Gear videos on it and they are very great. Let's look into that one as well. There was no silver, says Rough Repaz. That could be the thing, but I'm pretty sure we had silver. Let me check the silver stockpile. Stocks, bars, there we go. Yeah, we've got 41 silver bars. We're still doing good for silver. Does the job have a maximum number of silver hammers as it's suspended? It did 10, but the only place where masterwork or higher hammers can go is in the barracks. Oh, maybe I've got them somewhere that they're not being set to auto melt. That's a possibility. Clay Cree, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Hey Scoundrel, you're a master job interviewee. Got any tips for someone with an interview in a few hours? Just try to be like nice and friendly when you're in there. I mean, don't get on your knees and start sucking them off immediately. That's not friendly. That's insanely sycophantic. Don't do that. Just try and be nice. And as long as you know what you're doing in the job, just remember they can't ask you. If they ask you any technical questions, you'll probably be able to answer them correctly. Just talk to people and, I mean, I was going to say pretend not to be a dick. But you don't have to pretend. Only I have to do that. I'm the one who has to pretend not to be a dick. But, I mean, you can probably go in there and just talk to them as human beings and be nice. Remember, don't be afraid of them. They're not your boss yet. Worst they can do is say no, right? Worst they can do is say, get back to your poverty, scum. But, I mean, that doesn't make anything any worse, does it? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Fear is the mind killer. Anyway, where were we? Hello, Jack720, Cadge23. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Who else have we got in here? Early mental decline begins at birth. Surely, first you have to have some kind of mental ascension before you can decline, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure even the most dotty of Alzheimer's patients can string together more sentences than a newborn baby, right? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they are of equal intelligence, but there's definitely a peak in the middle, right? Whether it's a year after birth or later, there is a peak. The decline can't begin immediately. You can't start at 0 and then decline, because then you've gone into negative consciousness, or is it consciousness? Negative, not intelligence. Anyway, you become a negative thing. That's not possible. Where are we going here? Let's keep looking down. Christ says, I'm a dick. Well, thank you. I mean, thank you. Thank you for standing up with me and doing a Spartacus. Lovely. I have stock answers ready for awkward questions, such as describe a time you had a problem with a co-worker and how did you do it? I peeled them like a grape and left their bleeding body in the car park. Don't say that. That's a no-no. Just say, well, I bottled it up inside and it sits there in my guts like a burning rage waiting to be released. Or, just be nice. Swear a lot, be generally dwarfish. Got it. Oh, well, I mean, sometimes, not. I mean, it depends on circumstances greatly, but a well-placed swear word can be okay in a job interview. I mean, not if you're going to go and work for, I don't know, as a teacher or something, working with kids, not if that's going to be a problem, but if you're going to work in a fucking steel mill or something, they're probably going to overlook something. I don't know. I don't know. I've never worked in a steel mill. Thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Let's have a look down here. When I was interviewing people, I always just look for a person who seemed like they'd get on with everybody rather than a particular skill. Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, like, they're not going to call you in if your CV doesn't... Oh, hello, camera's gone. Fuck. Can I fix this? Can I fix this? Apparently not. No, that can't be fixed. Oh! Excuse me. Oh dear. Nope, it's not working. Oh, in that case, we'll just turn the camera away and hopefully it'll not be a problem. Cries, why do you want to work for us? I need money. Very true. Almost universally the root cause of the job interview. Oh, the mandrill's back. Everybody calm down. Take it easy. Relax. When I was interviewing people, just, don't seem like an arsehole in an interview, and you've got, and don't seem panicky. I mean, I know it's easy to say, but go in and don't. I think a lot of the jobs I got were because I went in there and I didn't actually give a shit if I got the job or not, and I didn't panic, and I was just relaxed. I know it's not easy to do if you really need the work, but if I ever went into a job interview thinking, oh, it's important that I get this, I would never. Everything I've ever written to with sincerity, or everything I've ever tried to do with sincerity, has been a horrible mess. Anything I've gone into and said, no, of course I want to work for your company, that's worked. That's worked. Anyway, where was I? Chunkynet says, I've worked with the scoundrel. He only wasn't a dick in the interview. That's true. I did get you the job, that's true. I got you into the industry you now work in. So, yay me, well done. I am a gateway. I am the gatekeeper. Who is the keymaster? We'll never know. All those where do you see yourself in 5 years is about just giving somebody something to chat about. You need people to chat to see how they get on with others. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, you're right, my webcam did die. Yeah. Working on my ventriloquist skills. I mean, I suppose it does make sense. If you can freeze frame yourself, that does stop your lips moving, but I feel like people would notice, right? People would notice. I've worked in a steel mill, says Druidsmead. The entry exam involved drawing as many small S's as you could in 1 minute. Odd exam. Is that something to do with... Okay, first of all, if there's a joke in there, I've missed it. It's sailed over my head. But is that something to do with welding? Like, they have welding tests. If you're going to learn to be a professional welder, you have to be able to very finely control the welding rods, and they make you write stuff out. Or is that just some bullshit that someone put on Reddit and full of lies? I don't know. Druidsmead says, leave one bollock hanging out to assert dominance. Works 100% of the time, nearly 3% of the time. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're wearing proper suit trousers, that's going to be awkward. It's really only you only can be able to really do that if you're applying to be a lifeguard or something, right? It's going to be difficult otherwise. Unless you're in a tech field, bullshit your way through the interview. Well, unless you've got some kind of technological thing, then your job's going to not have any sort of difficult technical aspects, is it? So don't even need to bullshit. Act like they're your friend and you are all in on it. I acquired this mindset initially in school when I was forced to hold many presentations, and I knew everyone hated it just as much as me, and we all knew it. The rest isn't out to get you. They know how much it sucks. Job interviews are basically the same. They know it's awkward. Exactly. That's exactly right. They don't want you to fail. They want you to be a successful, good candidate. They want you to do well. That's what you've got to remember. They don't hate you. All the bad things that end up happening to you, via them, it's just purely systematic structure of our society. It's nothing personal. It's just business. It sounds like trying to chat someone up. Just pretend you already know them. And the one bollock thing, of course. Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, you got to be. You got to go with the old one-up signalling, right? Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, I was looking at our bar situation. I was looking to see if we had soap. That was the initial reason for coming here. Soap. There we go. No soap in stock. Oh well. I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure there will be soap. I mean, we have forbidden at least 2 types of tallow from being used in cooking. Surely the pipeline should be greased enough. But maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, yes, hammers as well. I was going to sort the hammer pipeline out. This weapon stockpile here is on auto melt, and it should take hammers. It does take war hammers made out of silver. You know what? I'm going to permit all weapons, and I'm going to permit all metals, and we're just going to put them all in there and melt them down regardless. That's the hope. That's the hope, that's the dream. And then when we end up with masterwork hammers, they should end up in this stockpile here, which uses no barrels or bins. Lovely. Lovely. If nothing else, you will leave a lasting impression with meaty pheromones. True. True. Obviously, all advice given is for comic effect and dripping in facetiousness. Just to be clear. Although, to a degree, I mean, do just try not to panic, and everything should be fine, right? No, I won't go further. I was about to say something else with sincerity, and then remembered that everything I've ever tried to do with any kind of sincerity in my life generally crumbles to dust. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. You know, let's not take the stream too seriously. Where were we? Trying to get the hammer thing sorted, which has not really resulted in any kind of action. We've just set this to take all weapons, and hopefully that will result in some stuff being moved, but we'll have to see. We've got 6 or 7 idlers, but what I'm concerned about is getting the animals in cages and such out of this stockpile and down into our animal stockpile, or out of the trade depot rather, because we've got this big room here set to take animals, and it's not doing anything. Look, blah blah blah, all good. It takes empty cages, empty animal traps, all types of animals, yet not one has been moved. Are these doors locked for any reason? No. No, the doors aren't locked. They have free access to and from the room. Yet still no dropping off. We've got a couple of empty cages, a birchen cage and a hazel cage, and that's about as far as it goes. Let's take a quick look at the carpenter's area. Do we have cages down here? No, we don't. They're all automatically popped up top. What gives? What gives? How many cages are we supposed to keep in stock? 25 to 30. Okay. And where are they stocked? Because they're not in that stockpile, are they? They're somewhere else, very clearly. It's all sensible advice. All sensible advice. Although I have had... There was a period like where I really genuinely stopped giving a fuck, and I started going into views and just telling the truth all the time, and they like a couple of them tried to hire me. I was like, no, of course I fucking hate being a document controller. What idiot would like it? You'd have to be disabled severely mentally to like find this an enjoyable proposition. No, I'm just good at it, you know, and that worked. They tried to hire me. Didn't quite work out in the end. Some kind of nonsense about pissing in a cup. Anyway, where was I? Let's not reveal too much, shall we? Let's try and get these animals safely stowed away. Exactly, they did. They did. I don't think they were drinking it though. See, I've often wondered about GitHub and programmers. Like, do you want... Because if you've got... like, maybe you should have, like, a presentation GitHub, like a portfolio for artists. Put all your best stuff on there, and just all your day-to-day tinkerings and mucking abouts. Put them on your private GitHub. Your OnlyFans GitHub. Or is that foolish? Should you just put everything out in the open? But you see, when you do like a portfolio for getting art jobs and stuff, you don't put everything you do in there. That's the thing. You only present like your very best work in there. He says as if he knows anything about that kind of shit. But I showed this at my part-time job and I think they liked it. I used to do, like, the best I've done with programming is like pivot tables and shit. There are certain industries where you can learn how to use a pivot table in Excel and they will treat you like fucking Gandalf. Yeah, you can like go, oh, you know that job that was taking weeks on end for you to do? I've automated it. It doesn't, no one has to do it anymore. And they're like, oh, no, you can do it. And I'm like, no, no one has to do it anymore, apart from pressing a button. And then they're like, oh, no, we know you're doing it secretly. Like, what are you fucking on? People, this is 2020. Well, it wasn't when I was working. We have computers now. You needn't do this bullshit. Mind you, engineers got very upset with me. They were like, no, this has to take months. Very annoying. Let's have a look. This chat has got into a territory that I really can't speak to. I know nothing about. Well, I know a little bit about programming. I can get Hello World in Python, and I can pick apart things to make macros and figure out how to make an add-on in Blender. But that's about the extent of my programming knowledge. Okay, let's get back into Dwarf Fortress. Back into your Dwarf Fortress mindset, scoundrel. Look at the screen. What's going on? What's going on? What's happening here? The dwarves are running backwards and forwards, apparently pulling food out of stockpiles to take downstairs. That's fine. They're farming. That's good. Nothing's going on in the clothing industry to speak of, but that should be okay. We really want to focus on getting arms and armament created, ready for our dwarves to go to battle should they need to, which, frankly, we are way underprepared for. It doesn't even look like any of our military are training. Some of them are sleeping in there, sure, but I don't think I've seen a single training session underway, and I certainly haven't seen any weapons appear in there. Let's check our silver hammer stockpile. Let's just actually check that things are as I suspect. Weapons, here we go. So silver battle axe. Why have we got a silver battle axe? Copper battle axe. Ziz. Bismuth bronze battle axes, silver war. Oh, we got 7 silver warhammers. Okay, but some of them are actually masterwork. What's the 3 lines? Is that masterwork? I'm not sure. Okay, so we do have some, but not enough to trigger a stoppage. Or have I misinterpreted my work orders? Let's have a little look here. Alt W. 5 to 10. Okay, so maybe if I make 10 to 10, then it will definitely make 10. Maybe. Okay, first let's look at this one. What's the stockpile settings here? Weapons and trap components. I only want warhammers made of silver, masterwork and artifact level and higher. So that's cool. So this stockpile shouldn't take anything masterwork or weapons or artifacts, sorry. So weapons and traps, core quality. Yeah, no, that's right. So why are they stopped making them? That's the question. That's the question. 3 lines is exceptional, not masterwork. Okay, but that little star circle thing, that is masterwork. Is it? I don't know. And revealing the depths of my ignorance about Dwarf Fortress here. Is the total quality the main one you want to adjust, not the core? No, I want... Well, I mean, they're effectively the same in this instance because we're not decorating them. If we were decorating them, then it would make a difference, total versus core. But the core and the total of these will be the same, I think. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dig a little doorway there, and then we won't have to have them constantly pathing around that massive wall. It kind of makes sense to put a few more of those doors in, to be honest. Let's do it. Let's put one here next to this stockpile, and then... actually, we don't need any further down, I don't think. I think we're good. Because that's just sand stuff, and none of the sand products or glass products are being stored here. This is all, as of yet, unused real estate. Or, I suppose, as it's to a fortress, technically it's fantasy estate. Free fantasy estate. Wink, thumbs up. Okay, it looks like we're probably ready to shift our next lot of rhyolite into quantum stockpiles, doesn't it? So, with that in mind, I'm going to go over here to the allanite stockpile, and I'm going to deactivate the dumping. Are you ready? There you go. Dumping deactivated. Now, I'm going to put the rhyolite next to this workshop, so new zone there. Bosh. It's going to be a dump. It is going to be a dump. Excellent. That's cool. P for stockpile, S for stone. Bung it there as well. And then once we've done that, we click on it, change the settings, come down to stone, say we don't want any metal ores, we don't want any economic, we don't want any of this. Oh, but we do. We actually want only rhyolite. There we go. Okay. So that prevents them from removing any rhyolite that ends up getting stashed in the dump. And then we say DVD, and we... Oh, come on, get out of the room. There we go, someone's out of the room. DVD. Then we bulk designate this all for dumping, and then we'll go back into the stock screen, and we will undump all of the wheelbarrows. There we go. Control N. Then we go through and we undump all the ones in jobs. And then once we've done that, we can hide all the job ones. Won't take long. Everybody keep calm. Don't panic. Wait, what? There we go. And then we say Control J. Yeah, baby. And then it's Shift D all the way to remove those dumping designations. Lovely. Fantata. And then that means we should get 4 or 5 dwarves running up here and attempting to shift that rhyolite into the dumping zone. Take me to the dumping zone. Oh no, we're edging back towards the poo humour. Let's try and avoid that. Let's try and keep things sensible and hygienic. You know things are going wrong on a Twitch stream when one of the goals is to keep things hygienic. It's not great. Not a great sign. Okay, come on people, please get melting. I'm really quite perturbed by the lack of pace in our metal industry. I would like things to be happening much faster. Sure, we have 4 helms, and sure, we have 2 breastplates, but we don't have a single silver warhammer in its correct place. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that at all. I mean, we apparently have silver warhammers, they're just not being put in the right place. Nighty night, Chunky. You sleep tight. What time is it? 1 AM. Heavens above, I think I've got a couple of hours left in me. Although, I also have quite a quantity of urine in me as well. I might need to take a break shortly. Just keep shouting at them. That's a good point. Maybe I should. Just, why, you little dwarves, get to work. Come on, what are you up to? I don't know. I don't think they can actually hear me, though. That's the problem. If they could hear me, it'd be great. We should have a secret stream where we play Scribble.io. Oh, heavens above. I attempted to get my family to play Jackbox the other day at my son's birthday party, and unfortunately my laptop decided it needed a Windows 10 full update, which took fucking hours, and by the time it was time to play, everyone had gone. It was a shame. Ah, well, Sergeant Indy, even though you're not getting the notifications, it's lovely to have you here. Here, have a little look at my frozen face. There you go, it's nice, isn't it? A little bit of face-to-face time, just to make sure things work out. It's good. But as you can see, there's not a whole heap happening in this fortress right now. We're basically living in Bottleneck City. I'm trying to get them to produce arms and armour of a decent quality and stash it in the military, in the barracks, but it's just not happening. We've got 4 helms and 2 breastplates right now, and they're just made of copper, which isn't ideal. I'm not that keen on the whole copper armour stuff. Sure, verdigris looks nice on buildings, architecturally gorgeous. Militarily, I'm not sure it has the same sort of usefulness. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Usefulness. Okay. Well, there is stuff going on at least. I can see they're making the chest plates. That's going on alright, but still no activity in the silver hammer zone. Maybe if I change from silver hammers to making swords of some kind? Do we want iron sword? Are they not training because they don't have sufficient arms and armour? God, if I knew why they weren't training, then I'd do something about it, Mikey. I really would. Let's have a little peek at our military while we're here. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're missing somebody. Somebody in the military has passed on to the other side, presumably? Or have they? The ochre locks exists purely as a mechanism for vaporising people. That's like an actual, literal, non-metaphorical death squad. This here, Orbs of Fame, this is our actual military, but slot 3 appears to be open. Should we stick someone in? You got anyone who's got any military nous? You know what, maybe not, maybe not. Let's leave it as is for now, and we'll come back and fill that slot down the line. It should be good. Maybe they went AWOL. I have no means by which to tell what they've done, to be honest. I think I actually pulled someone out because they were a problem. They were causing problems in the fortress. But I thought that was the leader of the squad. I thought that was the captain of the guard, rather than someone who would be in the third slot. It's confusing. Is it just me, or oh no, it is just me. I thought some of the beds in the hospital had emptied, but it turns out no. Even the introduction of soap into our medical system has not emptied out the beds at all. Hang on, we've got a ghost. Look. Got a fucking ghost. Frothy Fred, the necromancer, has somewhat unironically returned as a ghost. Let's go into our crafts dwarves and start carving out some memorial slabs, because otherwise it's going to be ghost trouble. Oh. Sigurd, what do you do? Oh, sorry, I thought he was in the middle of a mood. No, he's just making a rock pop. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody stop panicking. So, you want one of those for Frothy Fred. Everybody else has been entombed and or memorialised. Very good. Yeah, okay, so it's only Frothy Fred who requires any kind of memorialisation. Let's make that a high priority task. Get somebody in here to carve his name on a slab, and then we can dismiss him. That's why he's there. Look, he's sitting there in the graveyard going, why is there no gravestone for me? That's not cool. Oh, Shizu the stoneworker has been possessed. Okay. Let's stop watching our sad lad, our little ghosty boy, and start checking out Shizu. Now, if I remember rightly, being possessed doesn't give you the legendary level skill in the skill you make the artifact with. Or am I fantasising there? Am I in a weird mental hole coming up with crazy ideas? It's entirely possible. Okay, they've claimed their workshop, and they're heading out for materials, so it looks like they're not bottlenecked. Well, not yet. There may be some material that they can't get a hold of, but we'll see how it pans out. They still haven't dumped all that rhyolite, have they? Or am I... No, they still haven't dumped all that rhyolite. They have replaced some of the stuff that's been dumped, though, so that's a good sign. You see when I say DBD here, we've got this one and this one. That means someone is actually bringing fresh rhyolite up to the stockpile, so things are progressing. Things are progressing. Progression doesn't give us skill. That's fine, we can live with that. It's nice to get an item. And sometimes you just have to be happy with what you get. Which is good, isn't it? Being happy, it's lovely. Right, do we need to do more engraving? I think we do. D, E, make it priority 2, because why the hell not? And then we'll engrave everything here. There we go, and go that far. There we go. That covered everything that needed doing. And then once that's done, I want to get all of the stone dumped out. And then once that's done, we can start putting in some furniture. Ooh, very nice. Being happy is lovely. I'll take your word for it. Well, you know, it does happen. It does happen. Being happy is pretty good, in my opinion. I like it. I like being happy. Call me old-fashioned, but it's one of the things I enjoy most. It's when I'm at my happiest. It's when I'm at my happiest. What is this pablum? What is this nonsense spewing out of my mouth here? Why am I saying such inane nonsense? Let's try and find something profound, or at least relevant. Let's try and come on, scoundrel. Dig into your brain, mentally speaking, of course. Don't actually put your hands through your eye sockets. That would be lethal. Come on, try and come up with something that actually has some small degree of value to this world. Why not build a slab while you think about it? That's a good idea, scoundrel. Well done. You're talking to yourself again, by the way. No, I know, it's a fucking problem. Ah, well. There we go. There goes our next slab, which should dismiss our ghost. Because you don't want ghosts running around. Ghosts are a problem. Serious problem, in fact. Should I just... Part of me wants to remove the rhyolite dumping pile so we can empty out the dining hall, but I feel like if we just let the rhyolite situation play itself out, we should be good, right? Yeah, some of those are coming back to being regular. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Apparently the new Doom is coming out in December. Yeah, December the 18th, apparently. So what, like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25? It's a week before Christmas. That's feels like an odd time to release a film, to be honest, but you know what? I'm stoked for it. Will I be going to the cinema to watch it? Fuck no. But I'll be looking out for it. I'll definitely see it at the earliest opportunity. I've got a bit of a soft spot in my heart for David Lynch's Dune. I mean, okay, it's a flawed film, but it's got things about it that are fun. You know? It's a bit of a fun movie. I feel like he could have probably, if he'd made that like more recently rather than back in those days, I think there would have been more, he would have been able to get more done. I'm very excited for Denis Villeneuve, though. I mean, some people don't like the Blade Runner movies. I thought Blade Runner 2049 was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. And visually, he's clearly a director with the chops to do a Dune movie, I think. Seems good. Seems good. I never really gave the mini-series from Sci-Fi Channel that much of a go. I sort of half-watched it. I was working in the video store at the time it came out on video, and we popped it on in the shop a few times, but obviously I wasn't giving it my full attention. I was serving customers. Damn it, the save has to come. There was a moment of zen-like emptiness with nothing to say. I gazed over at the Dwarf Fortress screen and saw, oh, nothing's happening there either. The entirety of my stream is frozen, mentally and digitally. What a tragedy. You should give it a go now that it probably is easy to come by and everyone has nothing to do but watch shit. That's true. To be honest though, I've got so much. I'm trying to complete Red Dead Redemption 2 at the moment. That's a lot. And then I've got fucking Death Stranding to go back to afterwards. 2 very long games. Oh, the game's moving again. There we go. Wait, the ghost is in the stockpile. In the stockpile. Why has it not been dismissed yet? Has anyone placed that? Oh, no one's placed the stone. Oh, someone's on their way though. Look, charging up the corridor. Here he goes. Go on, lad. Get a move on. Get that thing placed. Excuse me. Still nobody making soap. Ash, lye, no soap. What's the deal with that, eh? Why are you not making soap? Oh, there is somebody... That order is actually in there, okay. So soap is being produced. Maybe we're still just waiting for it to be in large enough quantities to actually clean the wounds of our dying. God, I wish they'd hurry up and either shit or get off the pot. You know, if you're going to die of an infection, do it quickly. I mean, it's a fairly famously painful way to go. Why long it out? Just give up. Fucking pass on. Come on. We do have extra beds, but we need the spaces in the civilization at large. Sure, we've got the hospital capacity, but do we really want to spend the time waiting for you to heal? No. Come on, dwarves. Come on, dwarves. Yeah, the Red Dead streams are a bit of fun. I do like them. It's a fun game to potter around in. If you're going to do some aimless shenanigans, if you're going to not really attempt to do anything and just enjoy yourself with some nice views, Red Dead Redemption 2, very good game to go for. Certainly a gorgeous game. It's slightly annoying having to play it in a little window on my 4K monitor. I mean, if I was in any way sort of organised or prepared, I would just like swap the monitors and I'd put OBS and everything on the 4K one and move Red Dead onto the 1080 one, and that would be fine. But every time I go to do it, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just start playing. I'll put it in a window. Whatever. And then I'm kicking myself 3 hours later because I've just played 3 hours of the game without, tippy-toppy, lovely native resolution graphics. Well, never mind. Have I considered finding a job in the medical field? Ooh, would you how would you feel about me being in any way at all involved in your medical treatment? I don't think people are going to be happy about that. If anyone discovered, it's like finding there's a rat in the kitchen, a la Ratatouille. I would have to have someone under my hat pulling my hair in order to actually diagnose people. It'd be difficult. Nice suggestions. Exactly. I mean, in the context of Dwarf Fortress, that makes sense. I have very different opinions regarding real-world healthcare. Very different. You know, try and keep people alive, for goodness sake. Ooh, Shizu's begun their mysterious construction. It took a while, but it's there now. It's there now. It's happening. There is an artifact being created. It doesn't look like they're going to be much longer finishing off all this engraving. Just got a little bit left to do. And then it's table time, baby. It's table time. I should probably dig out some more bedrooms as well, shouldn't I? Should I do them off of this area here where the noble bedrooms are? Or do I try and make them a bit further away from the carpenter's workshop? It's not like it's the busiest workshop ever, is it? I tell you what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to dig, and I'm going to start digging out bedrooms here, and I'm going to make them opposite the nobles' bedrooms, potentially reducing property prices. But fuck you, I don't care about your property prices. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. We're going to have 5 by 5 bedrooms with double spaces between them. Sound good? 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So the bedroom areas are basically the same size as one of our nobles' offices. You know what? I'm also going to go over here onto the DF hack and set my GUI stamper going. Yeah, baby, it's the GUI stamper. And then we select that. Oh, baby. And then we start popping in the bedrooms thusly. And then what's... Ah, shit. Fucked it. Did it all wrong. There we go. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Right. Reopen my GUI stamper. Go back to Dwarf Fortress, select what you want to repeat, there we go, and then bosh it in, there we go. There we go, good. So get those dug out, and then we can start smoothing and closing them off, and it'll be all great, it will be lovely. Everyone will be super happy, rainbows will come out of their arses, and they will turn into moonbeams? I don't know. I don't know about good stuff. I don't know about that. Ravelin would trust Scoundrel to be his doctor. Really? I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Scoundrel doesn't subscribe to the Shipman brand of medicine. No, I'm definitely more of a try and keep him alive kind of guy, you know. I mean, how impatient did Harold Shipman have to be? Once he'd convinced them to sign their stuff over to him, like, just wait, man. They were old. They were seriously old. Mind you, he was knocking on a bit, so maybe he was worried he'd pop his clogs before they did. Who knows? Who knows? Seems like a bit of a moron, though. Once he beheads you to prevent the cancer from spreading to the brain, you won't need another doctor. That's true. That is a very effective treatment for the spread of cancer. Hello, Hibernoway. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Now you're trending back to the poo towel. Yeah, I've got to be careful. Got to be very careful. Got to try and avoid the poo shoot. Right, have they finished smoothing off and engraving the dining hall yet? There's nobody in here, so... It looks like it's done. Excellent stuff. Ooh. Shizu Ustathukivich, the stoneworker, has created Tithlethamen, an orthoclase ring. Boo. She claims it as a family heirloom. Right, let's have a little look at this orthoclase ring that's been made. Sounds thoroughly tedious, but we'll see how it goes. Rumoured curls. Oh. So, rumours are flying about somebody's arm workout regimen. Maybe? Is that what this is about? Let's find out. Lots of text. This is an orthoclase ring. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular orthoclase cabochons and encircled with bands of rectangular rhyolite cabochons. This object menaces with spikes of sheep bone. On the item is an image of an octagon-cut gem in hemp. On the item is an image of dwarves in copper. The dwarves are labouring. The artwork relates to the foundation of Cryptbeards by the bearded machine of the triangular town in the early spring of 500. On the item is an image of Lolor Dreamshields the dwarf and Frightful Spiral the giant dingo in reindeer bone. Lolor Dreamshields... On the item is an image... Hang on. Oh, I lost my place. Hang on, where are we going here? Frightful Spiral is striking down Lolor Dreamshields. The artwork relates to the killing of the dwarf necromancer Lolor Dreamshields by the giant dingo Frightful Spiraled in the Murk of Harmonies in 145. On the item is an image of a pear-cut gem in llama bone. On the item is an image of Mathol Cult Guilds, the Blue Peacock, and Charlie Fondledink, the dwarf in sheepbone. Charlie Fondledink is striking down Mathol Cult Guilds. The artwork relates to the killing of the Blue Peacock, Mathol Cult Guilds, by the dwarf Charlie Fondledink in Cryptbeards in the midsummer of 503. Okay, it's a more exciting item than I anticipated, but still, it's a ring. Boring! Give me some weapons, please. I kind of hope that with the coming Steam version, they overwork some of the strings for description generation. That would be nice. It doesn't even need that much, extra options, or that many more extra options, and also maybe a few of the ands and a's and stuff need figuring out, but I feel like a little bit of polish on that. Mwah. Mwah. Lovely. Mwah. Oh my god, Hyber, no way, I just got that before you wrote ring. Oh my god, boring indeed. Very true. Still not finished moving all the rhyolite to the dumping pile. That's fine though, that's fine. We'll be able to get rid of all of the stone in the dining hall soon enough. Or will we? Or will we? Will they take their sweet time to shift all that rhyolite or not? I suppose I could remove the dumping order, couldn't I? How much is left to move? Still a bit. Still quite a bit. We'll let it play out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. No need to panic, no need to worry, no need to start clapping your bum cheeks together like the flippers of an overexcited penguin, whatever that may mean. Just calm down. And once again I return to the conundrum of moving animals to the correct stockpile. Why is this animal stockpile here no good? What is it about it that they don't want to utilise? Maybe if I come down here... I'll tell you what, I'm going to make an experiment here. I'm going to make another animal stockpile, question mark. Ooh, an elven caravan. Come on. Do we want elves coming around here stinking the place up? I don't know. I don't feel happy about that. So PA, I'm going to make another animal stockpile. I'm going to bung it here in this corner. And we'll see if that results in anybody moving anything. Because, frankly, those animals are spending far too long up in the trading zone. And we want them down from there as quick as possible. Once they're in, once the elves have arrived, we'll send our trader up, and hopefully he'll make an effort to turn up this time, rather than us having to designate him to stay in a burrow. Because burrows, as effective as they are, they feel like they're not the right way to be doing things, right? I feel like you want your trader to actually turn up because they want to trade, because they have an interest in doing the trading. Is that too much to ask? It might be. It very well could be. Got some masterpiece willow barrels coming off of the production line. That's interesting to know. If, not that exciting. Could probably be a little bit more exciting. Have they moved any animals? They've already started moving animals. Maybe I need to just come up to here and remove this stockpile. For whatever reason, it's not working. It's tainted. There we go. P, and then we go to another animal stockpile. We'll fill it back in. Bingo, bango, bongo. Lovely. And then I'm going to come down here, he says, slowly going up the hill instead of down. Well done. And maybe we'll disable... Where's it gone? There we go. Maybe we'll disable this animal stockpile. Although just getting everything into place and out of the trading zone rather, makes a lot of sense, right? I feel like that makes a hell of a lot of sense, in fact. They're easier to feed down there than in the trade depot, for sure. It looks like the elves have made their way in. Let's send our trader to the depot. and hopefully they'll bring up all of our trading goods. That's the hope. We should have plenty of spiked copper balls. It's been long enough between the last visits and now, so if we haven't got enough spiked copper balls, I'm going to be rather peeved. Certainly irked. Mildly miffed, perhaps? I'm not going to be happy. Looks like they're now spinning some of this wool into thread. That's good. I'm happy about that. Let's keep that moving. Am I going? Nope, I wasn't going too far. Still no real increase in the armour situation, although I note now we have 3 copper breastplates of masterwork or better. That's good. That's good. Hopefully we'll start seeing some of those hammers turning up soon. Although it looks like they really give 0 fucks about creating hammers. I think we've gone full no fucks given. Why are they not melting the shit that goes in here? You know what I need to also do? I'm going to take bins off. Maybe that's an issue. Maybe things being in bins is a problem. I could also sell all the crap in here, right? What's in my birchen bin? Let's have a look. Nothing. What the hell? There were hammers in there before, weren't there? Where are the hammers? Okay, let's send this shit up for trading. Let's turn auto trade and auto melt on. Hopefully they won't conflict. Hopefully someone will pick that bin up and take it straight to the trading depot. Oh, hello Mossy Griffin. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again, and thank you very much for the raid. Much appreciated. Bins are awful things, says Harold Beaver. I mean, I'm tempted to agree with you there. They have a role in compressing the storage space, but fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Telia, still weird seeing my name on someone else's stream title. Well, you did such a good job. I'm sure you'll be seeing more of them. I feel like this still has some legs in it. And if you ever come up with any more fabulous embarks, do let me know. Do let me know. More than happy to give them a crack. Likewise, if anyone else has found some interesting embarks, I'm interested in giving them a tickle, giving them a go, see what's going on. Oh yeah, Sal, I saw you were digging out loads of adamantine earlier on. I didn't say anything. I turned up quite late and I felt like, oh, I don't want to just turn up at the end of the stream and go, oh, raid me! Because, you know, it's very presumptive. So I just watched for a bit. Where are we going here? In fact, thinking of that, should we send our miners deep? Should we start going a little deeper and figuring out what's what? Because if we can find some adamantine, that gives us, well, mind you, we don't actually have anyone making shit with the materials we've got. Maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself heading down, right? I really mean to retry the whole dousing the magma in water and digging through technique. I feel like that's got legs. I'm not sure if they're very strong legs or if they're wobbly Bambi-esque legs, but they're legs nonetheless. And getting the water there with pumps might be a good thing to do. It might be my first ever use of the old pumps. I've never done it. Dwarves should always dig deep ASAP. I really want to avoid connecting my fortress up to the caverns, though. That's the issue. And I want my mines to be internal in the fortress. I suppose I could come up to the surface, he says, going way past it, and sort of break off another tunnel here behind the traps. Oh, sorry, in front of the traps rather, but behind the initial gate. That could be a thing. Oh, we can trade. Let's hope they've brought everything up. What? Doesn't look like it, does it? Should we take all of our glass blades up? What goes in here? That's weapons. That's the bins, right? This one's the one with all the spike balls in? No, this is serrated green glass discs. We can trade this one. So Shift T, auto trade, bang. Are they actually going to come and move it though? That's the question. If they're not moving my balls, will they move my discs? I don't see anyone heading towards the stockpile. Wishcraft for you too says be sure not to trade wood with them. For sure, I have had that problem before. I have accidentally tried to trade wood with the elves and they get very upset. They're like, is this some kind of euphemism? Are you trying to touch my willy with your willy? And I'm like, no, No, that's not what trading wood means at all. God's sake, man. Get a grip of yourself. Not like that! What's going on? Why has everything got so dirty? I can't remember how high the spires reach on the vanilla version of Disembark. Wow. Could be. Could be. It could be quite high. Maybe they're a biggie? I don't know. I've never really discovered... I've had some fairly large adamantine veins, but never one that you would call titanic. Have to look in for it. Have to look in for it. Triangle of trouble indeed. Triangle of trouble, perfectly timed. What time is it, by the way? 1:30. It might be time to take a little break soon. I could do with another drink, to be fair. My mouth is getting a little bit dry. But I run a high risk of having wet undergarments because I am also in desperate need to get rid of fluids. It's terrible. Why is my broker... He was here a minute ago, but he's fucked off to go and eat now. Classic Solon, right? Is that him back in there? No, it's not him back in there. Solon, if you wouldn't mind, I mean, this whole thing you've got going on with not going to the trade depot is quite aggrieved. Quite aggrieved? Quite annoying? That's probably a better word to use, isn't it? Quite aggrieved is a very unusual way of phrasing it. And in fact, I would go as far as to say incorrect. Oh, this looks like it could be the trader. Is that Solon? It is Solon? He's in. Okay, let's trade. Let's see what we've got now. Ah! Now we have some shit to trade. It may not be spiked balls, but it's cool. It's cool enough. What have they got? They've brought some clay. They've brought an applewood whammo, a fakiki, a milema, an oba, a whammo, another. So they haven't brought a huge number of instruments. Let's have another crack at the whammo. What's our most expensive whammo here? They're both 130. So we'll look at the applewood or the persimmon wood. I like applewood. Let's go and look at the applewood whammo. And also, let us just momentarily silence Mr. Swerwer so we can not trample over his beautiful legacy. This is a well-crafted, grown applewood whammo. The body is made from applewood. The strings are made from phantom spider silk. The bow is made from oak. Wow, phantom spider silk. I like it. Sounds very cool. The whammo is a large, handheld, silk-stringed instrument with a wooden body. The instrument rests flat as the musician plays the 6 strings with a wooden bow. Tuning is accomplished by pegs. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range, going from a very low to a mid-high pitch. The instrument has a steady, slicing timbre. Okay, so, starting with very low, I feel like we need to go to the pitch shifter immediately. I'm going to take us to a -12, 50% dry wet mix, and hopefully we will be able to do the whammo justice. So a six-stringed flat sort of guitar-lin kind of thing, right? Okay. Let's imagine it. What song shall I do? That's not doing it for me. That was neither steady nor slicing. So we want steady slicing. I don't know. I don't feel like we did the whammo justice, but I gave it a go. I gave it my all. My very best shot. Let's take a look at the fakiki. What does a fakiki sound like again? Let's find out. Let me check chat first, though. People may have disliked the whammo. It's a different person, Telia. So it's not... Chunky Nut was the borrowed one. I'm not sure if anyone's... if the broker's borrowed. I don't think so, because he originally was borrowed in the trading depot. Anyway. Whammo indeed. I always buy their clay so they can carry away my heavy shit. Oh, that's not a bad idea, but we've got nowhere to put the clay right now. Maybe next time. We'll see what we want to buy off them, actually. Maybe we won't buy anything off them. It's not like we're hurting for food or anything. We could just tell them to piss off, sling the rooks. I have a World Gen seed where there's an embark with an 110 Z level high adamantine spire well above Cavern 3. Oh my god, that sounds pretty sweet. That sounds pretty sweet. No strings? Nah, Squire. That's Phantom Spider Silk. Too thin to be seen. Honest God. I imagine it's sort of an Emperor's New Clothes kind of scenario. Hello, Nag. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us again. I was talking about you earlier. What was I saying about Nag? Something about your dwarf in the fortress doing something. Oh, I think it was just the fact that they were still alive. Oh, wait. I don't see them in the list now. Maybe you're not still alive. No, surely. Something came up. I can't remember what it was. Sorry for talking about you behind your back. Righteous Bonus favourite part of the stream. Just over 13,000 adamantine. Holy shit. That's a lot of blue stuff. That's a lot of candy. This is a grown persimmon wood for Kiki. The yoke is made from apricot wood. The sound chest is made from persimmon wood. The strings are made from linen. The fakiki is a mid-sized hand-held cloth-stringed instrument with a wooden yoke and a wooden body. The strings are suspended from the yoke down to the body, and the musician plucks the 6 strings. Tuning is accomplished by pegs. The instrument has a 4-octave range, going from a mid-low to a very high pitch. A very high pitch! At all pitches, the instrument has a smooth, steady timbre. It has 3 registers. The low register has a full, pure, crisp timbre. So, smooth, steady, full, pure, crisp, plucked strings. Plucked linen strings. So, I think it's going to have like a do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Not quite. That was hardly pure. I don't think it was crisp either. Is that right? Yeah, it's not great, but it'll do for now. The middle register begins at middle pitch and has a noisy, thin, crisp timbre. So noisy, thin and crisp, yet also smooth and steady. Ding 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 diggy diggy ding ding diggy ding ding ding. The high register begins at high pitch and has a piercing, slicing timbre. Now that's two electric guitar. That won't work. It's going to be piercing and slicing, but also smooth and steady. Smooth, piercing, steady slicing. Okay, here we go. Let's try sort of like a ding 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 ding. Maybe? Is that how it sounds? Is that how it sounds? I don't think so. I don't think so. I can't think of a single real-world instrument with strings of linen. Almost everything uses gut or metal. There must be something out there with like that kind of strings, right? In a place where they didn't quite get the gut or metal strings option. Maybe they never figured it out. There must be something. Something out there, right? And there's got to be at least one 450 piped organ somewhere as well, right? Piercing and slicing is impossible. No, first you pierce and then you slice. Pierce in, slice up or down, or side to side, whichever way. Whichever way. Okay, so what else have we got? We've done the Fakiki, we've done the Whammo, and now the Malima and the Oba are all that is left. Let's have a look at the Malima again. This is a grown willow Malima. The Malima is a small, hand-held, curved wooden horn. The musician blows into the instrument and selects pitch by restricting airflow out of the bell. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range, going from a middle to an extremely high pitch. At all pitches, the instrument has a smooth, focused timbre. It has 2 registers. The low register has a full, strained, even timbre. Let me try and think about what I'm going to do. What's an appropriate piece of music, or should I just make something up? Okay, that was an old advert jingle for cooking oil, but it did the job. It did the job. Where are we going next? The high register begins at high pitch and has a light, brittle, pure, piercing timbre. What should we do? The Melima's not for me. I don't like the sound of it. How about an oboe made of forgotten beast silk? Oh, the oboe. Is it like an oboe? I don't think so. This is a grown forgotten beast silk oboe. It is made from forgotten beast silk cloth. The bellows is made from forgotten beast silk. The bag is made from forgotten beast silk. The melody pipe is made from sandpear wood. The drone pipes are made from apple wood. The oboe is a mid-sized handheld wind instrument through which constant airflow is maintained by use of a silk bag. It's self-supplied by a silk bellows. The musician selects the pitch by stopping holes in the wooden melody pipe attached to the bag. The melody pipe is a conical bore tube. 2 wooden drone pipes provide constant accompaniment. The instrument has a 3-octave range going from a low to a mid-high pitch. At all pitches, the instrument has a sharp, quavering timbre. So, low to mid-high, sharp and quavering. 2 registers. The low register has a nasal, wispy timbre. So it's a nasal, bellows-operated bagpipe, which is sharp and quavering. What would be a good tune? What's that Dropkick Murphys tune with the bagpipes? Oh, no, a lot of them actually. They have a bagpipe player as a permanent part of the band, don't they? What could I do? What will do justice to these without instantly going to some kind of like stereotypically Scottish nonsense? No, it's not going anywhere, is it? It's just a little sort of like hunting horn sound. That sounded like a clown horn. The low register has a nasal wispy timbre. Oh, the low register. I do apologise. The high register begins at mid-low pitch and has a raucous timbre. Okay. I don't know. Nasally operated bagpipes. No, they sound nasal. They're not nasally operated. That would be insanity. Imagine how hard it would be to just... Oh, my goodness. They'd be filled with bogies in a moment. You need a looper for the drones. That's true. Well, I keep meaning, like, one day I'm going to get round to doing like a YouTube video where I just do like a whole load of these musical instruments and actually try using some like proper filters and stuff. Because the best I've got at the moment is my trusty shifter. So, which is, it's all well and good, but it's really a very blunt instrument in the delicate land of musical sounds, right? It's a very blunt instrument. It's like a hammer when what you actually want is like a beater for a xylophone. Right, let's come out of here. We've looked at all the musical instruments. We've already seen the whammo. Let's keep coming down here. Let's reintroduce Mr. Swirler into the mix. There we go. Oh, much better than my nonsense. And let's have a look at the animals they've got. They've got a mink, a lizard, and a possum. A donkey, a couple of ostriches. There are some big eggs coming out of ostriches, right? Let's get them for our laying. Let's do it. We can have some giga omelets. That'll be nice. Do we want ravens? Nah. Peachwood cages? Nah. Another giant jaguar? Yes, please. I do have one already, and I'm hoping to get them trained up. Maybe a porcupine? A war porcupine? A war porcupine? I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be allowed. The game would just say no.
Nah, mate, can't have it. It's not allowed. How are you going to send a fucking porcupine into war? They're tiny compared to horses. They'll get trampled. Even if they've got their spikes pointing straight up the horse's jacksie, it's going to cause all sorts of problems for your side. Just trying to look after them. Don't fucking try it, mate. It's a fool's errand.
Anyway, saguaro rib buckets? I don't think so. Bows, spears, meh. Rope reed cloaks, and we could buy some weapons just for melting down, but it seems like an awful roundabout way just to get some metal, right? I mean, we're going to buy all their anvils for that kind of carry-on anyway. Coats, shoes, don't need any of that crap, certainly not elven nonsense. Socks, shields, caps, helms, mittens, gloves, amulets. What was that, of nightmares? A grown maple figurine of nightmares. I presume they mean the fantasy creature, a nightmare, like a flying, flame-hoofed horse. But I'm not going to dig any deeper, because elven nightmares will inevitably be tedious affairs about people chopping down trees, and if it's just a horse, then I'm right, it doesn't matter. Wood arrows, rings, hazelnuts. Yes, please. Let's get some hazelnuts, walnuts, hazelnuts, ginkgo seeds, etc. into our fortress and presumably turned into some kind of booze or made into lovely tasty cakes, maybe? Right, I'm not going to buy any oaken greaves. That's definitely off the table. Wooden armour seems like a bit of a foolish way to go. And no books. Classic elves. Too fucking important for literacy, right? Am I right? Let's buy their clay. We may as well buy their clay. People in chat were saying buy their clay. We'll give it a go. Give it a crack. Let's try this clay thing. We'll sell one serrated green glass disc, and that will make their profit 2,000 trade credits. I'm guessing that's going to be enough. Are you sure you want to trade the selected goods? I am sure. Karaka seems very happy about the trading. He gets a single serrated green glass disc, and that pays for everything we bought. To be fair, the stuff they brought was pretty shit. I mean, we've seen some significantly better trade offerings in the past, even from the elves. Mind you, we got a couple of ostriches out of it. That's a good thing, isn't it? Oh, have I built any nest boxes yet? Clearly not. Okay, let's go down to the Craft Dwarf workshops and order up those nest boxes. Presumably, there's no size thing for nest boxes. It's all good, right? Dwarves will, like, any size bird will happily lay in the same nest box. I'm going to assume that's the case. If it's not the case, then leave me in my ignorant little world of folly. Don't try and pull me out of it. I like it. It's nice. Oh, Warcupine. Oh, if only I'd thought of it at the time, I would have actually bought the thing. Goodness. You need to get yourself war toises, mate. Very reliable. Armoured as well. Very good. I'll do a great deal on a turtle with only mild PTSD. Oh, okay. But will you be able to get it out of your shells? Your Jaguar's what you really want, Squire. It's a classic, that's your Jaguar. Exactly. Or the Warthog. Oh, Jaguar. Oh, I missed that the first time. I missed it when you said Jaguar. Heavens above. There are so many possible puns to do with war in animal names. Incredible. Anyway, where were we? Have we got any ongoing moods? I don't think we have we? Everything's fine. No, it's fine. That ring was the last thing that got made. Right. Let's check to see if they've moved all of the rhyolite. They appear to have moved the rhyolite, so with that in mind, I'm going to go over here and say I'm going to turn off the garbage dump. I'm going to go down a floor and I'm going to make a new garbage dump. And I'm going to make it right by the stairs here in the middle of the corridor for no real reason, just because I feel like it. Don't question me. And we're going to say DBD and designate all the stone in this room for a good old dumping. There we go. Very satisfying. Nothing's more satisfying than a big old dump. Battle cats. I remember Battle Cat from He-Man, but I'm unfamiliar with battle cats as a thing. Is that like dogfighting? I feel like if in an alternate world where dogfighting was replaced by cat fighting, I don't think it would be as effective, right? I feel like maybe it's easier to goad cats into fighting each other, but I feel like it'd be over too quickly, right? It wouldn't be the same. It happened too fast. Nothing really to watch. Not, I hasten to add, that I am extolling the virtues of dogfighting. Don't go and watch dogfighting. It's a terrible idea. Very bad. Very cruel. But in this alternate fantasy universe I am proposing, would catfighting work as well? I mean, I feel like it's very much harder to insert cats into a situation and extract predictable results than it is with dogs, right? The cat is inherently a less predictable animal under pressure. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Strike weasels. Paratrooper weasels. You could probably get loads of weasels in a parachute, right? You wouldn't need one per weasel. Hakura Deity, tune in. The first thing I hear is Scoundrel endorsing dogfighting. No, you misunderstand. I'm not doing that at all. I'm not doing that at all. I mean, imagine dogfighting where the dogs are in little fighter planes. That I do endorse. Anyone who can take the time to train a dog to fly a plane, in my mind, is perfectly allowed, having put that much effort in to get them to fight each other. Provided they use the planes as a medium of combat. They're not allowed to get out and start just biting each other. Boring. No. Very sad. Shit. No, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch them get into their little aeroplanes and zoom around shooting each other out of the sky. The only acceptable way for a fighting dog to die is in a fireball plummeting from the clouds. And that's the thing that will make me famous when taken out of context. I'll be like Cat Bin Lady. People going, oh, he endorsed dogfighting, ban him. I'll be like, no, you misunderstand. Only under very specific contexts. That's it, dog fighting. It's like dog fighting, but there's 2 levels of dog. Exactly, cats would just refuse to fight. Ballistic ferrets. Intercontinental ballistic ferret. Oh man, I was desperately trying to mangle the word missile and ferret together, and then I realised it was a hopeless task. Never going to work. Never going to work. A German Shepherd in a biplane. I was thinking more like a pug in a MiG. Imagine a pug wearing like a fighter pilot helmet and the goggles, or bulldog in a flying fortress, something like that. I don't know why I'm picking these short-faced, congenitally disabled dogs as an option. Maybe I should think of other dogs. Oh, migrants! I thought the migrant cap was met. Have we had people die? Let me just check the population numbers. 2 migrants. Oh my god. Wowee. Should we take a look at them? Let's quickly get back into the fortress. I've got hiccups now. Let's go down to the metalworking area, and then I'll take us over to Dwarf Therapist, where we can have a little look at our new arrivals, arranged by migration wave. Roll down, and here they are. One a fish dissector and the other a cook, although both of them relatively accomplished. Talented even would be the number. I mean, do we really need these people? I'm not sure. And is a cook really a requirement? We have a legendary cook already. It's Popatron. I mean, we could just let them carry on with the cooking. That said, they are the only other cook in the fortress, so maybe we'll allow this one to take on a sort of secondary chef, a sous chef position. That's an option. Right, back to the fortress. Yo dog, I heard you like dogs, so I put a dog in a camel so you can dog fight while you're dogging. Oh my goodness, dogging. What a pastime. I don't understand it personally. I mean, I understand it. I don't feel like it's for me. I feel like I would get very uncomfortable very quickly. Rodent Rockets Mouse Isles. Oh, Druid's Mead. Come on. Oh, God, stop it. I do not wish to attend your sex festival, and that's not the first time I've said that in this stream. Well, I'm glad to encourage people's declining of sex festivals. I've never held a sex festival. I've never even seen a sex festival, let alone picking one up. But you know what? I have been invited to one before. That's a good point. There's, in fact, on a number of occasions, I've been invited to go to this thing that's being held in London. I don't know if they still do it, called Erotica, which is like a massive sort of like trade show for pornographers, I presume, and dildo makers. I got invited to go a number of times, but I never ended up deciding to go. I decided to just, stay at home, do something else instead. I don't know, it feels uncomfortable. I was once talked into going into a strip venue, strip club, and it was easily one of the most horrific experiences of my life. I have never felt more uncomfortable. It was just excruciating. I must have drunk about 10 pints of Guinness trying not to make any eye contact in there and just staring at the bar. Very, very powerful like shrinkage going on in that scenario. I mean, definitely not my bag. I know, fish dissection, right? How would we get along in life without fish dissectors? The finest fanny hammers this side of Berlin. Exactly. That's what you see at the sex festival. Let me just get some smoothing done. DS, here we go. Smooth stone. We'll make priority 1 for the lower bedroom, and we'll do them one at a time. That way we can make sure which we have and haven't done, or be clear on which we have and haven't done, rather than make sure, which is not the right word at all. Or phrase even, wasn't a word, multiple words. A strip venue, you know what I mean, one of those places where ladies take their clothes off to music for money. It was a stag do, and it was the only stag do I've ever been on. I've flat out refused to go on any more after that. I trout you're getting away with tench warfare. Oh, taking it to the fish now. Taking it to the aquatic realm. Man, where were you when they wrote the script for Aquaman? Actually, I have to say, I didn't hate Aquaman. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun stuff. A little unbelievable, perhaps even a little overwhelming visually, but I enjoyed it. It didn't take itself too seriously. Well, it didn't take itself seriously at all, but it was good fun. I think I saw Fanny Hammers at the Roundhouse in '93. Fanny Hammer relates specifically to a sex toy that was advertised in Viz magazine throughout the 90s and possibly early 2000s. There was a company called Omax, O-M-A-X, who apparently are still around and no longer make fanny hammers, but they sold like a personal massager, which was very redolent in shape of a hammer. Had a long handle, some might even call it phallic, and then the speed dial was on the end in a sort of like hammer shape, not like the new fangled fanny mallets made by Mitsubishi. I mean, it's much more hammer-like. Much more hammer-like. What was I doing? I'm distracted. Someone said fanny hammer in chat and I just got completely suckered in. Was making something, putting orders in for something, checking if all the rhyolite's been shifted. No, that was done. We've already done that. We're just waiting for them to move all this stone out of the dining hall. Then we can start banging in some tables and chairs. And won't that be an unalloyed delight? He says, in a strangely sinister voice. Timmy's sister? No. No, I remember Timmy Mallet. Great days. Great moments from my childhood. And I always remember the painful shortness of the GoBots episodes. Anyone else remember that? GoBots used to be on with Timmy Mallet and they'd be really short for some reason. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the only person who opines about the length of GoBots episodes. Right, let's put some tables and chairs in. Let's not sit here fannying around. Let's actually get going. So, space, chair... in fact, let's move in a bit. Fuck it. There we go. Pop one there, and then go into planning mode. Then we'll do a big long row of tables that goes up the room like this. This is going to be great. There we go. 1, 2, 3, that's fine. And then we say, well, 1, 2, 3, that's where the... No, one more. Bang. There we go. And that's just about even in the room. And then we'll come down here. There we go. Lovely. Come out of that. Say we want chairs. Go back into planning mode. Boop. And bingo, bango, bongo. Dingo, dango, dongo. Diddly, widdly. Piddly, piddly. Piddly, piddly. Ugh. There we go. Chairs and tables galore. Also, speaking of galore, rhyming with it even, let's put in a door. And I want a door there, and C. Good. Very good indeed. Oh my god, it's almost 2 a.m. and I still haven't gone for a piss. Timmy died in a freak kiting accident. Did he? Is Timmy Mallet dead? Surely not. Is Mallet his real surname? That's what I want to know. Is Timmy even his real first name? GoBots, yes, not like the shitty Transformers, the shitty Transformers. However, if I remember rightly, and this is just from my childhood, the GoBots toys were actually nicer than the Transformers ones. They were actually like metal vehicle models that transformed. I could be wrong. But I remember like the GoBots like Porsche 911 guy being a lot nicer, like sturdier toy than the plastic Transformers ones, but I could be wrong. Turbo Cycle and Leader 1. Yes. Yes. Oh, public safety adverts. Oh my goodness, yeah. No, the 80s ones were terrifying. Timmy Mallet is still alive. Phew. Thank goodness for that. Everybody send your... Actually, from the era he worked in, let's not just randomly start sending Timmy Mallet love. He may have sent too much love into his audience at some time or other, and it would be unfortunate for me to be drawn into a scandal like that, having endorsed him. So we'll be careful. We'll do some investigating first, and then once Mallet is clear of the shadow of the yew tree, we will then begin our endorsement. That's the plan. That's the plan. Sorry, Timmy, you know how it is. It's a crazy industry you work in. I am the spirit of dark and lonely water. Heavens above, where'd that come from, Telia? It's very profound sounding. Prosounding. Okay, get this built in. Come on, lads. Get your tables and chairs in. Hurry, hurry. I want to see progress here. I want this dining room fully operational. I mean, I could already designate it as a dining hall, but I want to do it from like a table at the top of the row rather than in the middle, because otherwise I'll never be able to find it again. Farmyards are nowhere near as dangerous as that advert would have you believe. Oh, the one that really stuck with me... Oh, I see, the spirit of dark and lonely water. The one that really stuck with me was when the kids went into the electrical substation to retrieve a frisbee and got vaporised. Do you remember that one? I remember that one. And there was another one where there was a kid dressed up as a fly talking about germs and the importance of washing your hands. Literally, no word of a lie. Up until like I met my current girlfriend, which was like in my 20s, I would never share a can of drink or a straw with anybody, even if I was kissing them. I would never have done that. I used to be really paranoid about it. What the fuck is that on my toe? Oh my god, it's a spider. Fuck off. What are you doing? Jesus, you big bastard. You're lucky I didn't squash you. And I only didn't because I didn't want to wipe you off of my toes. Bastard. Anyway, where were we? I think you might be right, actually, Druid's Mead, yeah. I think you might be right. A more recent variation of that was the one where they had the guy getting drunk and climbing up the scaffolding and falling off the scaffolding, but that was for grown-ups rather than... Well, I hope so. I hope they weren't saying, kiddies, know your limits, don't drink too much. Because that would be crazy, right? Kids shouldn't be drinking too much. I mean, ideally they should be drinking very minimally. I mean, alcohol, obviously. They should be drinking other fluids. It's important. Especially babies. They need that milk. Anyway, where am I going with this? Public safety movies. Does everyone remember that cat that they sampled in the Prodigy music? Charlie. Charlie says... Do you remember him? I barely remember that. I was like really young when those were on telly, because I was born tail end of 1980, so like a lot of the very early 80s stuff, the stuff that sort of bled out from the 70s, is kind of hazy for me. I don't really have any coherent memories until about 1985, 1984, probably even later, to be honest. Although, having said that, one of my strongest memories is the horror films I saw in 1989, which was a very strong year for horror, and also a very bad year for nightmares, in my opinion. Yeah, the kite one. They flew it under the pylons and got zapped. Zapped? Sorry, I read Druid's Mead saying Malk as I said that and it got mangled. Charlie says, always tell your mummy where you are going. Nah, man, things have changed these days. Like, would I let my kids out to roam as freely as I do? Probably not. Probably not. Certainly not with the plague going on, but, you know. Man. 67 more here. I remember the first run of Bagpuss. We are... Oh, what did they sing? We are mice. We are mice. The little mice that fix stuff. I remember, obviously, the reruns of Bagpuss. Do you remember? That was one of my favourite kid time shows. Charlie says, stay off, Jim will fix it. Why? Yeah, definitely. Stay away. Stay away. Yeah. Oh my God. Did Jimmy Savile ever do any Stranger Danger ads? Please tell me he did. They are... Oh God, I'm going to have to do some mad remixing with that. Amazing stuff. We will fix it. We will polish it. We will make it all shiny and clean. Yes. Yes, Bagpuss. I remember Bagpuss. Do you reckon that was trying to sneak in a euphemism? Do you reckon they were trying to sneak in some rudeness there? I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things that aren't meant to be there. Maybe I'm going a little bit off the rails. Has anyone seen the new Clangers? It's not new anymore, but when my kids were young enough to be watching CBeebies and stuff, there was a new version of the Clangers with Michael Palin doing the voices. That was quite sweet. I mean, obviously, it's made for kids and babbies, and I wasn't watching it once they'd grown up a bit more, but, you know, at the time, it was one of the less unbearable shows to watch with them. Now I'm friends with the women who did Madeline and the Mice's voices. Oh my God. That's a claim to fame right there. Are you suggesting the bookend mice were cat fluffers? Oh no. Not quite. What's the end? I mean, there was the female equivalent of a fluffer. I mean, yeah. Who would you call someone who fluffs a woman? Is that how it's phrased? I mean, I've got some words floating around in my mind, but I'm pretty much gonna hold back because nobody wants to hear me say these horribly graphic things. So we'll hold back. Let's not get banned from Twitch tonight. Let's save it for another time. What the hell? Urist is throwing a tantrum. Urist, you fucking prick. The happiness numbers aren't looking good. 5 and 7. I'm not liking those numbers. Maybe we should get a little bit of a move on with the bedrooms. Maybe I should be making more of those in order to facilitate happier dwarves. We should be engraving the ones we've got for sure. D-E, priority number 1, please. There we go. I think the most formative children's programs of my childhood would be Nightmare with Trey Garden fucking Pickle. And sorry if you are the actor who played Pickle. I don't really hate you, but I don't think that was necessary to improve the show. And my all-time favourite children's programme that I watched as a child was the Cosgrove Hall stop-motion animation version of Truckers by Terry Pratchett. Oh, God, I love that. That I really got excited for every episode of it when it came on. There's only fucking 6 episodes. I was highly excitable for that, though. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I really wish they went on to make Diggers and Wings as well, but I can see how escalating like stakes in those might have caused it to be slightly more expensive to do. Then again, stop motion animation, I mean, I would imagine, I could be wrong, but I would imagine the price per like minute of stop motion animation is fairly steady. I mean, like, it's not like you build the locations and then it's not like you're having to go places to film shit and stuff, is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe I'm wrong. Oliver Postgate stuff was all very innocent. Ah, that's true. That is true. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a more innocent time. It was pretending to be a more innocent time, but actually, it was terrible. When Bagpuss went to sleep, all the animals went to sleep because it was the only time they felt safe. Ah, I'd imagine so. I mean, they are all mice and birds and stuff, and Bagpuss is a cat after all. Well known for eviscerating, disemboweling, and generally tearing asunder various rodents and birds. There was one line in the Clangers that was scripted as, "Oh sod it, the bloody thing's stuck again," or something similar. It's really apparent in the Swanee Whistle version, if you know. Okay. Maybe I'll have to look through that. I'll have to look through it. Thames lost a franchise, so CH got their funding massively cut. CH Cosgrove Hall. Oh man, that sucks. They did a load of good stuff. I didn't like it when I was a kid, but I have a newfound appreciation for their Wind in the Willows. Does everyone remember that? Toad of Toad Hall? That was pretty special. Man. Oh god. Oh god. I got hit by a massive wave of nostalgia. Ugh. Stop it. No! Depends on the number of models in shot. Can take all day to animate 1 second. Did an animation degree in stop motion. Okay. To be fair, I mean, much as there is a good degree of charm to physical stop motion animation, I don't think there's anything there that cannot be reliably replicated using computer animation. You know, I feel like all the charm of the physical stuff, if it's the right people animating, can be present in computer animation. I remember, and I might have told this mini anecdote before, when a friend's mum took me and my mate Ian to see the Disney Beauty and the Beast when it came out, and there was that whole ballroom scene where the environment was all CG and they were making a big hue and cry about it. And I remember telling his mum as we came out of the cinema that soon, someday, all big animations will be done on a computer. And she laughed. She was like, "Oh, you sweet naive child." And I was like, "No, seriously, it's gonna happen." Turns out I was right. Who feels silly now, June? Huh? Yeah, I thought so. Danger Mouse was my first crush. Did you tread on him? Oh my goodness. Forgive me. Forgive me. CG is better when done right. It has all the same expression. Yeah, I think so. And I mean, you don't necessarily. There's things that could go wrong in a stop motion setting are easier to rectify in a digital environment, right? You can kind of fucked a frame up, but you can just go back to that frame. Not that you're individually doing frame by frame necessarily in the same way. Like you're setting like curves and animation paths and keyframes, key shapes, and all that kind of stuff. But you can go back and tweak stuff to improve it or fix it. Whereas once you've shot a scene of Wallace and Gromit, that shot is down. You can't really do much to it. I do appreciate the Wallace and Gromit films though. They're very good. They're very good. But I think a lot of the goodness in those actually comes at the writing stage. They put together the writing, they do the storyboarding, they conceive the movie, and I feel like even if they were done differently, the charm would still be there. Then again, I wasn't so impressed with that caveman one they did recently. That was alright, but I think the football theme kind of put me off. Not a football man. I painted some props that were used on Shaun the Sheep. Viking helmets. I like Shaun the Sheep. Very good fun. Quality kids show. me and my son went to see the latest movie in the cinema when it came out, and his sister and Kel went to see the Addams Family, and I still think we made the correct choice. I think Shaun the Sheep was a better choice. Weird though, because he was the older child, and I would have thought he'd have wanted to see the Addams Family, but apparently not. Apparently not. Flushed Away. Flushed Away was very good. I liked Flushed Away. I mean, it had some flaws, but it looked great. I mean, the story was the problem, but it looked good. That's what I'm saying, Druid's Mead. Or maybe I'm misremembering it. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I remember it looking pretty good. That's true, most kids' shows are reasonably wholesome. They try their best. But I can never forgive the Night Garden for their inexcusable scaling issues. I mean, Jesus Christ, just pick a size. How big are your creatures? That's it, done. Bosh, lovely. Fuck your Tinky Winky and your Ninky Knock. That's Tinky Winky is from another franchise entirely. Franchise. Here's me describing fucking In the Night Garden like fucking Marvel. Insanity. Anyway, let's smooth some more of these rooms, seeing as the smoothing is now an option, having dug them out. So we smooth that bad boy, go to tier 2 smoothing, then this naughty lad, and then this chronically criminal guy. Okay, I'm running out of ways to say that. There we go. Good. They'll all get smoothed, then they'll get engraved. It'll be great, and we'll have some bedrooms. I should probably put some doors in these already smoothed and engraved ones, shouldn't I? So build doors. We'll do it in planning mode. And here we go. Bosh. No, I want in planning mode. What? D P. There we go. Planning mode on. Da-dum. Da-dum, da-da-da-da, da-da, da-da, da-da-da-da. Sorry, I shouldn't sing over the top of Mr. Swirler. It's very rude. I'm pissing on his legacy. And I shouldn't do that. Legacy pissing is very rude. Let's build some beds in these bedrooms. They are kind of the defining furniture, right? Like if we don't have beds in there, questions will be asked. Okay, and we'll also put some cabinets in, give them all a bit of furniture, why not? And some chests as well. I reckon if we give everybody nicely appointed bedrooms, there's a good chance they'll be happier, right? A reasonable chance. Planning mode again, put the chest that side. Could give everybody a weapon rack and an armour stand as well, couldn't we? We'll stick with this for now. A chest and a cabinet and a bed seems like a good starting point for most bedrooms, right? Addams Family, the Raul Garcia one, right? No, the new-ish animated version that is now on Netflix. It's Raul Julia, I think, isn't it? Or Raul Julia, the guy who played M. Bison in the Street Fighter 2 movie. In the Street Fighter movie. Remember that? That seemed like a good idea at the time, didn't it? What's his name? Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile. Because, of course, that, Belgian, American, basically the same thing. The creature comforts are good, yes, very good. Captain Pugwash's cabin boy was called Jim, and the mate was Mr. Mate. That's true. I thought they had the smutty pun names, but apparently not. That's just something that people remember. I think it's just an urban legend, Druid's Mead. I could be wrong, but I think so. The creator sued the Mail for libel over it and won handsomely. Not enough to put them out of fucking business, though, unfortunately. God, I hate the Daily Mail. So shit tier, it's unbelievable. Anyway, where were we? We were waiting for these bedrooms to get smoothed and engraved, weren't we? Well, we've got 2 more to be smoothed, actually, looking at it. Now it's been cleared. Oh, only 1. Okay, make it priority 5. And then we can start getting some engraving on the go once that's done. Lovely. This room here is clearly ready for engraving. If I make it priority 1, will it override the smoothing? I think it will, won't it? There's only 2 rooms to be done anyway, so if we make them in priority 6 and 7, we should be fine. Everything will be fine. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. I liked the first Lego movie a lot, but I found the second one didn't really do it for me. It was okay, but I don't feel like it had the same... It just felt there was something missing compared to the first one. It felt like maybe they shouldn't have tried to double dip on that one. Or if they had tried to double dip, just make it a bit different, right? Change it a bit. Go for a complete restart. Totally different story. Don't try and recur the cast. Madness. Madness. That's true. That's true. Will do, Telia. You get some sleep. You get some sleep and we'll catch you down the line sometime. I probably will only be going for another half hour or so because I now realise it's 2:20. And rather than going for that I've entered a transcendental state of holding. And now my mind is slowly filling up with urine, which is a problem. Ooh, a human caravan and a guild representative from Behel Mathras has arrived. How exciting, he says unconvincingly. There we go. I've got my miners digging out bedrooms, and that's all. Oh no, I haven't. Have they? They've finished. In that case, maybe I should. Maybe I should try and think about where else they can put bedrooms. On this floor, near the dining hall, maybe? Question mark. Speaking of which, let's actually designate this a dining hall. How big can it get? I don't think we can actually fill this room, can we? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yes, thank you very much. Assign a location? No, we're not going to make it a tavern just yet. Maybe I'll do that down the line, but not yet. That should be good, right? That should make it a fine dining hall. And everybody will happily eat in there. Be cheerful. Be very happy. Yeah, the Craggle. Yeah, I did think it was less awesome. That's true. And the first one is quite close to perfect, I would agree. I would agree. I mean, not my favouriteest movie of all time. That's probably Brain Dead by Peter Jackson. But, you know, it's close. It's up there. It's up there in my high-ranked movies, for sure. We done? We're done. Good. Okay. Do I send my trader up to the depot? Suppose I should, really, shouldn't I? Seems a bit early, maybe, though. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They'll bring up the serrated green glass discs. Everything is going to be just fine. Stop panicking. Everybody calm the fuck down. Okay? Good. Now we're on the same page. Let's take another look down here. Ah! They've removed the bin. That's good. Maybe I'll look through and try and sell all of the silver hammers we've got, just to try and reboot the production and get some in here. Just going to check how the warhammers look stocks wise. Iron warhammer, silver warhammers, bronze warhammers. So we've got 7 silver warhammers. Where does all this other gubbins come from? This should all be being silver whip. That's a powerful weapon. We don't want to keep that one. Where is all this forbidden crap? Oh, is this what the guys in the trading depot are carrying? I think it might be, mightn't it? Now, with traders in, is not the best time to do stock take. Let's wait till they've gone, then we'll check it out. Knives Out I thought was quite good, but I can't rank it as brilliant. I didn't feel like it was enough. I feel like with those kind of movies, it is very important that on a rewatch, it's relatively straightforward to see the clues. You should rewatch it and go, oh, of course it's that person. That's how I feel. That's the kind of thing, and it's very difficult to do. But I don't think that did that well enough. I enjoyed it definitely, but not quite as much as I could have with that. I enjoyed Colour Out of Space recently very much. That was a good film. And I've been enjoying the Lovecraft Country as well. The Lovecraft Country? Lovecraft Country, that's a good series. Well worth it. Nighty night, Telia. Don't you stay out of bed. You get into bed and you close those eyes and pass through the gates of somnus into the land of sleep. Or the Dreamlands, if you care to go that far. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, let's not spoil it for people though. Let's keep stum. I recommend it. Not the greatest movie I've ever watched, but it's well worth a watch. It's certainly not shit. Put it that way. Time. I don't know. Don't we have that? Do we have uptime? Do we have an exclamation mark uptime? Oh my god, there is actually a commands list available. Holy shit, Mag. Amazing. You've done it. I didn't even realise I'd done that. Incredible. Well, it just goes to show I have amazing foresight, unless that's like a default feature, in which case, well, whatever. Whatever. What are you trying to pull here? Trying to make me look foolish? Well, I can do that myself, thank you very much. Oh, I knew. How did I know that would be imminent? How did I know? Oh, God. I should really remove that one, but ah well. We'll leave it for now. We'll leave it for now. It can live on for a bit. Certainly unlikely to pull up a screen prompt. Some of them, you'll notice, actually make things happen. Not many of them, though. There's one. There you go. And we also have... what? That one. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, there's a few. There's a couple. Anyway, where were we? We were sorting the trading out, weren't we? Has our trader gone to the depot? They have. Can we get them to trade? We can. Excellent. Well, we'll buy all their bars to start with. Well worth taking any bars they brought with them. Do we want cut gems? I don't think we really need them, do we? Not very necessary. We could buy some metal blocks for melting down, couldn't we? There is an interesting selection of metal available. Native gold would be meltable, but do we need more gold? We've already got quite a bit. Tetrahedrite? You can melt blocks, right? Can you smelt blocks into bars? Or am I being too optimistic again? Bauxite blocks, aluminium, all that. Very exciting. I'm going to ignore the blocks for now. Let's leave it. I don't want any raw glass either. That's unnecessary. Let's start buying up clay. Let's actually start buying up clay, even though it's probably easily acquired around these parts. Maybe I'll buy some ropes as well. Why not? I mean, we don't really have to worry about how much we're spending. We are pretty well off in terms of trade goods. Those green glass discs are valuable. Valuable. Water skins and flasks? No? Ah! The Omli, the Kashmers, the Gesso, the Nupto, and Athrab, the Sill, the Zokka. I don't think we've seen the Zokka. Have we seen the Zokka before? You can't smelt blocks. That's no good. Did the mandrill come up? No, it didn't, because you need to put 2 L's. 2 L's in mandrill. Just in case you were wondering why it didn't work. Where are we? The problem with mandrill is that it's one of the ones that I've set up with sound, which I can't hear. So potentially someone could be spamming it in chat, and I would have no fucking clue unless I looked over and saw the mandrill's face appear in the preview. But hey, that's the risk you run when you try to achieve artistic excellence, which is exactly what I'm trying to do here, he says, without a hint of irony. Not even the slightest sliver of ironic intent there, he says, lying. Spam. I'm not going to do these instruments because it's getting a little late, and I'm not sure I've got it in me to do another set of musical instruments, but I am keen to see the Zoka reappear, so I'm going to buy it just in case they don't bring another one. In fact, you know what? Let's go ham. Buy all the instruments. That way they're more likely to bring more instruments, right? Send more paramedics. That's how it works, isn't it? 13 grand's worth of material. I'm sure we can acquire more. Do I want rabbits? Do I fuck? No, I do not want rabbits. Hedgehogs. Ah, the compact form of porcupines. Maybe I should get some hedgehogs for thrown ammo. That might work. Nah. Peach-faced lovebirds? No. Bush tits? Nah. Eagle. A male eagle. Ah, we have a female eagle. Time to get breeding. Unless fly lesbian eagle becomes a... Oh no, a seagull, wasn't it? It was a seagull, not an eagle. That was the B-side to the Roller Coaster of Love single from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, from the soundtrack of the film oh shit, what are they called? I was going to say Bill and Ted, but it's not them. Beavis and Butthead, that's the one. A chinchilla, do we want a chinchilla? Densest fur in the animal kingdom? I don't think we do. We definitely don't need a goat. Grizzly bear, however, oh, that sounds very exciting. We could train that up to fight people. Oh, I'm very keen on that. An ibex? No. I prefer earbexes. A grackle. What the fuck is a grackle? We're not buying it. We're not buying it. We can do without it. Strawberry wine? Sure, that'll be doable. Barley wine? Radish wine? I mean, I'm intrigued. If someone offered me radish wine, I would taste it, but not with any kind of expectations of it being nice. I'd be like, okay, we'll give it a go. But I warn you, I could spit it out. Swamp whiskey, equally. I'm not a whiskey person. Don't like spirits much. I don't know why I'm buying all this drink. We already don't have enough space to store the drinks we have, but I'm feeling very, very frisky, very trade happy. Horse's milk? No, thank you. Dagger Chambers Wolf Extract Barrel. I mean, there's a band name if ever I saw one. Quinoa beer, carrot wine. Quinoa beer, that sounds incredibly bland. Excuse me. Silver great axe for $2,000? Don't think so. A willow training spear. Frankly, I would rather train without weapons. Flails, halberds, picks. Don't need picks, we've got plenty of those knocking around. Silver pikes. Don't tell him, pike. Copper high boots. Hemp socks. Iron caps. Wombat leather hoods. Oh my god, why do they keep... I never buy any clothing or armour, yet they seem intent on bringing as much of it as they can. Very strange. Very strange. No, don't need sandbags, don't need chests. No, this shit's necessary. Keep going. I could buy more cloth. We could always end up processing cloth, and it is a dream to have a proper clothing industry going on. So let's do it. Let's do it. We may as well. They're useful raw materials to have in storage, even if we don't have the capacity to use them straight away. That's all good. Bone amulets. Oh man, I watched an analysis of a movie that I really shouldn't have the other day. There was a film called Bone Tomahawk. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you even have the slightest inclination of watching it, do it. Don't spoil it. Go in blind, because I wish I'd seen it blind. Well, not blind, obviously. I wish I'd seen it without spoilers, because I think it would be a much more powerful movie if I hadn't. There's a nice load of iron anvils and some horse tripe. Ah, frilly gut lining. Lovely. Giant grasshopper meat, moghopper, perch, brown bullhead. They've got a lot of food with them. Asparagus, chicory, alfalfa. Parsnip plants, caper berries, muskmelons, grapes, bitter vetch, hemp, and then some yarn as well. It's not like we need to hold back. Although we are spending 21 grand already, that is a lot. We could buy some quivers, but I don't really intend to dabble with any kind of ranged weaponry, so maybe that's a little bit excessive. We could buy some cheese to go with our other Baby Bell stockpile. Let's get that down there. That's a lot of cheese they brought, holy shit. Oh, splints. Actually, let's buy some splints. I've not made any. And crutches, because we do have a hospital which has never been replied with any of that stuff. Never been supplied, sorry. Replied? Weird. Let's have a look at this book. The Author Without Limits. This is a hemp scroll. It is made from hemp cloth. The rollers are made from talc. This object menaces with spikes of clear tourmaline. Written on the item is an essay entitled The Author Without Limits. It concerns... This is a very concerning essay. The writing has a very serious tone. Overall, the prose is passable. Okay, I mean, I'm going to buy it just because it's concerning. We need to put it in our secret hidden library. Concerning Arstruck. Arstruck witch scrolls. Okay. Someone's been arse-struck. This is a giant swan parchment scroll. The rollers are made from alabaster. Written on the item is an essay entitled Concerning Arstruck Witch Scrolls. authored by Awestruck Witch Goals. It concerns the marriage of the goblin Awestruck Witch Goals and the goblin Toad Spidery Hammers in 276. The writing is thoroughly mechanical. Overall, the prose is amateurish at best. Interesting. If it wasn't for the names of the people involved, I would have zero interest. Fuck it, let's buy it. Carving knives, boning knives, an osprey parchment scroll. This is an osprey parchment scroll. The rollers are made from stibnite. Written on the item is an untitled letter authored by Toulon Spear Ruler. The work has no particular subject. The writing is completely serious. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Oh, it's an episode of Seinfeld. No, Seinfeld's a good show. I'm just saying, it's got no particular subject. Slicing knife. As opposed to what? Oh, I suppose it's a stabbing knife. Then again, you could have a spike that's good for stabbing. Only a knife or a bladed thing slices, right? I don't know. Let's keep going. Saltpeter, more competition. Oh, hello, this sounds like one of those arguments. This is a well-crafted river otter parchment scroll. It is encircled with bands of giant deer bone. The rollers are made from malachite. This object menaces with spikes of well-crafted kaolinite. Written on the item is an essay entitled More Competition, authored by Athville Embraced Test. It concerns a foot race held by the Bolt of Gripping in boarded rims as part of the celebration of paper in the late summer of 413. The writing indulges the author's every whim. Overall, the prose is great. Okay, the script to Chariots of Fire, maybe? I don't know. Strings, knife, athrab heads, an andesite-bound codex. This is an andesite-bound codex. It is encircled with bands of oval purple spinel cabochons. This object is adorned with hanging rings of muskox hoof. The written portion consists of a one-page essay entitled The Human, My Only Mistake, authored by Sand-Tempted Crescents. It concerns the setting of the human sand-tempted crescents in bank creams in 71. Or the settling, sorry. The writing has a very serious tone. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Okay, interesting. What about a dolomite-bound codex? Dolomite! This is a dolomite-bound codex. The written portion consists of a 302-page novel entitled Naughtiness and the Closed Masters. Now, this sounds like promising stuff. Authored by Zuspgas Shockdrungeons. Oh, even more impressive. The work has no particular subject. The writing is quite self-indulgent, wink wink, nudge nudge, and it is somewhat showy. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Oh my goodness. Heavens above, we've got some sexy literature here. Let's buy that and keep that under lock and key. We don't want all the dwarves getting hot under the collar. An orpiment-bound codex. This is a well-crafted orpiment-bound codex. The written portion consists of a 17-page essay entitled Start Your Day with the Dwarf, authored by Godin Sword Tangles. It concerns the apprenticeship of the dwarf Godin Sword Tangles under an unknown creature in the early summer of 193. Overall, the prose is amateurish at best. Hello. Oh, we've got a new name in chat. Hello, Seraphirate. No, you're not new. You were here last time. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Fur density second only to the sea otter. The shit one learns here. Oh, I presume you're talking about chinchillas there. I have a friend who I haven't seen in quite a while. Too long, in fact. He has been on the stream before, I think. Not in chat, rather. What was he called? Dodgy in chat. But he had chinchillas. I don't know if he still does. But they made quite a racket. What people don't realise when they get things like chinchillas is that they're nocturnal. And if you put a wheel in their cage, they will run in it all night. Sea otter, best otter. Yes. I would assume so. Generally speaking, like a saltwater crocodile, things that live in the sea are more impressive than things that live in fresh water. Although I could be wrong. Why do you always read all the boring details? Well, it's because I love the sound of my own voice. I just can't help myself. I just get drawn in. I can't stop it. You should only read significant artifacts like that. Well, maybe I'll take that on board. But I think for me, it's the artifacts, the books, and the musical instruments. That's where it is. Mwah. Mwah. One step to space warfare. Heavens above. What was that? What's prompted that? The last book is one for the Farmers Guild. Heavens above. This one. The Dwarf authored by Godin Sword Tangles. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Native Platinum Bound Codex. This is a native Platinum Bound Codex. The written portion consists of a 21-page guide entitled A Record of Town Blameless, authored by Godin Gravelbound. It concerns the Hillocks Town Blameless. The writing is reasonably serious. Overall, the prose is amateurish at best. Orca parchment. Oh man, now that is pretty radical. Oh, it's just a parchment sheet. Okay. Giant slug parchment. Ugh. Disgusting. Well, that's everything. Let's see if they've actually brought anything other than the serrated green glass discs. It doesn't appear they have. We've got a spiked copper ball, but that seems to be the extent of the stuff they brought. I was kind of hoping they would bring all the silver hammers and everything, but unfortunately not. So, with that in mind, being careful not to leave any of the wooden bins in the trade, let's quickly add some shit until they're making a profit. Oh shit, they're making 11 grand profit. That's too much. A 4 grand profit is handsome enough, sir. Press T. Are you sure you want to trade the selected goods? I am sure. And iJam seems pleased with the trading. Lovely. Excellent. Well, in that case, let's free our trader, our broker, and allow them to leave the depot. Wunderbar. Or Wunderbar, if you want to use sort of slightly correct pronunciation. Isn't the Farmers Guild your Vatican-style pawn room? Not that I'm aware of. Do we have a farm? Is this a Farmers Guild? I think this is a Farmers Guild. Let's take a little look at our locations. We've got the Scaly Sky, which is a Farmer Guild Hall, yes, and we've got the Inky Guild, the Craftsdwarf Guild Hall, the Craftsdwarf, not Craftsdwarf, which was what I was saying. We should probably improve them a bit, because then we get them up to Grand Guild Hall, then no one can start complaining that we haven't supplied them with the things they need. But we don't have a library yet. I'm buying all these books, and we have absolutely nowhere to put them. I mean, we could probably start putting some of our artifacts on display in the dining hall. That doesn't seem like the maddest idea I've ever had. Here's a mad idea. Maybe they will have built all of the nest boxes that we requested. What do you reckon on that one? Does that sound like it's likely to have happened? Build nest box? No. Nobody's building nest boxes. Why? Why? They're building the fucking pots. They're just not interested in building the nest boxes. Let's go down to the Craftsdwarf area and see if we can figure out why. So this Craftsdwarf workshop, they're making a rock pot. Sure, great, that's all fine. But here we should be making nest boxes. And they're just giving 0 fucks. Why? Can I put the nest boxes in here? Add, Shift N. No, that's decorate with horn. That's not what I want. Add. How do we get them to make nest boxes? That's rock nest box. Alt W. Yes, please. 5 to 10 nest boxes. Sure, let's keep them in stock. And then we'll come over here. Cancel. What? SRC. There we go. Cancel it in that one. And we should be all good. Now, the one that actually has someone working in it has the order. This might work. Well, I mean, we could make a special smut library. There is that. We could try doing that. I feel like the Farmers Guild isn't the optimal placement for smut, right? All the farmers will be too busy fondling their instruments and not busy in the fields. We want them knee-deep in mud, not balls deep in each other. That's the ideal scenario. Then again, we have no babies in this fortress. This is the first fortress I've had in quite a while which has been quite this infertile. 73 adults, 1 child and 0 vulnerable babies. It'd be nice to get a few vulnerable babies in, right? I mean, even some not so vulnerable babies would be fine. Just, you know, well-protected babies? I don't know. Let's get rid of this stockpile here because we no longer require this animal area. We have another one that's perfectly acceptable. There we go, get rid of that. Hopefully move some of those cages. The word smut comes from a fungus that grows on corn, so it's kind of farmer appropriate. Oh, I didn't know that. Getting smutty. Oh my god, I nearly admit to doing something horribly wrong. Luckily, I managed to rein it in and didn't say it. But for those of you who know me in person, I was going to tell the selection box story. So, you know, lucky I didn't, eh? Phew, that could have been bad. Probably still get in trouble for that one. Ah, dear. Anyway, yes, now that I've thoroughly frustrated anybody who doesn't actually know me in person, let's get on with doing some more Dwarf Fortress, shall we? Even though we've got about 15 minutes left before I call time. Have we got any thoughts from the gallery? Anyone in the audience here got any ideas for what I should be doing next? Because I feel like as I so often do at the end of streams, I'm starting to flounder. I'm not really seeing things that I should be doing. There's the bedrooms, of course. We could deal with those a bit, but there must be other stuff that needs doing. Have we engraved all these walls here? Detailed, yeah, holy shit. So it's just these top 3 that need doing. D, E, priority 1. Bosh, priority 2. Bosh, priority 3. Bosh, lovely. Build doors, planning mode on. And we'll pop doors in all of these bedrooms, because we can. Because we can. Not because we have to, because we can. And also, I think we want to put Now, let's let the engraving get finished, then we'll put beds and furniture in. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Maybe I should kind of prioritise the people with really bad moods to get the bedrooms. I could just assign them the new bedrooms. But that seems altogether too well planned for the Scoundrel's style, right? That doesn't seem like the ad hoc, off-the-cuff nonsense that people are used to here. It might even turn people away from the stream. Who knows? Then again, it could make it more palatable to a more broad audience. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, we've got another tantrum going. Not too bad, though. Hopefully the fact that we've got soap being made has moved some people out of the... No. Nobody's left the hospital since we began. In fact, there are now more people in hospital beds. Oh, brilliant. Maybe we should atom smash one of our moody boys. That might make the difference. Certainly we seem to have a lull in hospital admissions when we killed the last guy who was throwing his weight around. Maybe a draft/splash is what's in order here? Tell the selection box story on Discord. Well, maybe. Maybe. There is a small non-zero chance that the eventual... Let's not use the word victim. The eventual recipient of the selection box incident could even be watching. So, you know, let's not necessarily admit to things like that on the internet. But trust me, it's not that bad. But it's bad enough. It's bad enough. Nobody got hurt. Somebody may have clutched their pearls. That's possible. And some questions may have been asked. But, you know, otherwise it's all good. It's all good. Eventual subject. Maybe. I feel like the subject... This is getting... I feel what's going on here. You're all fingering the edges of this anecdote in the hope that I might spill some kind of key element allowing you to piece the events together. This is not going to happen. I need to put a stopper on this particular bottle before it gets rubbed too hard and the genie pops out. And that's the second genie metaphor I've used this stream. My goodness. Who would have thought so many lamps would get rubbed? Who would have imagined? Certainly not me. Who would imagine that silver hammers might end up in my silver hammer stockpile? Why are they taking so goddamn long? Surely they exist in the fortress, right? Let me just do another stock check. Where are those silver hammers? Weapons. Here we go. Silver warhammers. Bosh. Tab. Where are they? Z. Oh, they're in this stockpile. What the hell? Oh my god, I didn't even realise that was there. Oh my god! Okay, so this takes basically all weapons. Why is that there even? God damn it. Okay. PX. Removed. There we go. Remove thine generic stockpile. Cast those weapons into the melty pit. That's what we want to happen. Good guess. Far from correct. And then again, that's the last time I'm going to do that. Otherwise, the chat will be a never-ending fucking stream of hot and cold questions. Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. Actually, I might have been I'm not sure if I was a minor. I think I was a minor, actually, so it's probably a statute of limitations as well. I'll need to do some legal research. I need to do some legal research just to see how naughty I was. How naughty. What a naughty boy. Minor with an O, not an E. Minor, age of minority, not a minor, someone with a pick. I think I've got the black long pop. Man, Zoolander. I never watched Zoolander 2. I don't want the humour of Zoolander sullied forevermore. I enjoyed that film a lot, and I wasn't expecting it. I just randomly rented it one time, and it made me laugh. Minoir. Oh, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing. I'll allow it. We need to look up somebody to raid before the end of the stream because it's only 10 minutes till I finish. So I'm going to open up Twitch on my phone here, not that I can show you. I'm waving it at the camera like some kind of dingleberry. Is the camera fixed? If I hit it, will it work? Nope. Nope, camera's still bust. Never mind. Blind is still streaming, but he's playing Stalker Call of Pripyat. Blue Zest is playing RimWorld. Let's have a little look at the Dwarf Fortress category. Is anybody streaming there? He says, unable to find it on his phone. Come on. Ah, there we go. Currently there are... No, don't. I'm done. Stop it. No. Oh my god, it's rebelling. There are 21 people watching Dwarf Fortress, apparently. 17 of them watching me. 3 of them watching Picture Point. And then we've got Krager X1 and Programmer. Anyone know these people? Anyone familiar with them? Maybe we should pop over there. I'll put that phone to one side and try and get at least something a little more done in the fortress, right? Just something. Anything. Now that those are in bins, will they stay there in those bins forever? That could be an issue. I definitely don't want that to happen. Picture Point? Is that someone there? Yeah, okay, we'll raid Picture Point. Why not? Why ever not? And you know what? I feel like maybe it's time to call it for this session. I've been going for 4 hours nearly, so... Really? 4 hours? Man, I slightly needed to pee when I started, and I thought, oh, don't worry, I'll take a break. And now, 4 hours later, I'm sitting here with a bladder like a space hopper, thinking, oh, what have I done? I'm not sure if this is sweat or if I'm just leaking from every pore on my body. Disgusting. Okay, quick pass around the fortress just to check if there's anything that's obviously needs doing. Obviously the hospital needs sorting out. We sorted out the animal stockpile somehow, even though I don't really know what I did. It looks like most of our sheep have grown up, so I feel like there's a significant amount of slaughtering on the cards. In fact, let's queue those kills up. Search ram. There we go. I'm going to butcher all but a few of these rams. Oh, these have both been claimed as pets, but they've also been neutered, which is interesting. I'm going to leave 3 rams. just to accommodate for any non-sexy rams who don't want to actually get it on with the ewes. And do I want to kill a few ewes? We do have a lot of them. Let's do the first few. There we go, that'll do. That's a nice kill queue. That should supply us with some tallow and should also supply us, thereby, with some soap. Very exciting. Very exciting indeed. And a migrant has arrived, just to top off the fortress, taking us from 73 adults and 1 child to 74 adults and 1 child. Very good. Picture point, he's a viewer. Have I seen him in here before? Oh man, I haven't been ignoring people, have I? Am I a Rudy Poo? Am I being a bad man?
Nobody knows what it's like to be the bad man.
Oh man, if anyone hasn't watched the superhero TV series Legion, I really fucking recommend it. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot, and personally I think it's my favourite superhero TV thing of all the stuff. I like it more than Daredevil or the Punisher. Both pretty good though. Both pretty good. Anyway, with that, let's pause the fortress, come over here and say save game, because by goodness it's 6 minutes to 3 in the morning, and I need to get my computer taken apart and taken upstairs before I go to bed, which always is a bit of a kerfuffle. Right, no worries, Claycree. Good luck. Good luck. Hope you get the job, assuming you want it. I mean, go for it. Hopefully you get it, and just imagine me grinning with my thumbs up behind the interviewers as you do the interview, and hopefully that will give you a little bit of extra oomph in your pumph. I don't know. Right, let's type /raid space picture point. There we go. Brilliant. That should be available for opting out of, should thou wishest so. I'll be in there for a little bit with you, just to say hi to the guy, and then I'll slip out relatively quickly because it's so late at night. But please be nice, treat him well, and hopefully we'll all meet up in the next one. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Be lovely. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a genuine pleasure streaming for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourselves. But for now, I must bid you au revoir, adieu, sayonara, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Bye! And those of you watching the VOD, well, thank you for watching the VOD. Bye-bye.